Hey, here we are. Do you miss the old setup already? I don't think you pinged to Discord. It should ping itself. I never ping Discord. It just happens. Yeah, it's in the announcements. What's up, everybody? How are you? What up, Game Gang? What up, Steez? What up, Dynag? What up, VCC? What up, Two Based? What up, Chateau? What up, Draco? Fabuli, I see you in here. Ally, what's up? What's up? Only Fact, Jackfruit. Eeyore. What's up, Blue Old? Cheesy Bread, what's going on? Vekanon, thank you so much for the tier 1.
Cinemax High.
Frick yeah, thank you for supporting the stream for 4 whole months. What's going on, chat? How are you? How is your Christmas? How are your holidays? Chat, I've had a great few days. It's been really nice being home, hanging out with family and stuff like that. But also, I wanted to stream tonight because I know that it's not everybody is as lucky as I am to have a loving and supportive family. But even if it's not your family, it's your chosen family. So hopefully this community here tonight and hanging out can give you, some good vibes, and you guys can have a good time, even if, things aren't going great. I'm here alone, so I appreciate it. Well, you're not alone. You're with us. You're here with us, with me and 73 other people. Welcome in, everybody. What's going on since I last streamed? I went to the movies last night. Flew into Kansas City, went to the movies, and I saw Gladiator 2. Checking off another one of my list so that I can do a proper, definitive best of 2024 movie tier list by the end of the year, okay? It's going to be awesome. But I really enjoyed Gladiator 2. I thought it was a good-ass movie. It was the plot is unbelievably similar to the Gladiator 1, but I did not find that to be a bad thing. And then today we watched the football. We watched the Chiefs win. Go Chiefs. Red Nation or whatever. We watched the Chiefs win and then watched a little bit of the second game, but mostly saw Beyonce. Chat. One in chat if you saw Beyonce perform miracles today. Oh my God. That performance was the best live thing I think I've ever watched. In terms of live performances, like a Super Bowl performance or anything like that, I don't know if anything beats that. Beyonce is just the queen. She's the best. If you missed it, listen, okay? Chat, if you missed it, they're gonna put it on Netflix full. Highly recommend you rewatch that. Highly recommend it. She couldn't save Kamala or Jay-Z. But maybe that's not on her. Her husband is an absolute piece of shit, and that says a lot about her, TBH. I will remind you that Beyonce was very young when they got together. You know. I don't pretend to know the inner workings of their relationship. Also, I will remind you that Jay-Z got his ass beat in an elevator at one point. I want to know what was said and what that story was, and we will never know. We will never know. I hope Jay snitches on Diddy. Yeah, I mean, fuck. He probably won't, but don't let Jay-Z overshadow Beyonce's accomplishments, all right? because Beyonce is one of the world's greatest talents. Like everybody's always like, if the aliens landed, who are we sending up? It's Beyonce. If we need a representation of humanity that's going to talk to aliens, it's Beyonce. Okay? All right. Her country album was ass? Nah, it was good. Steez, thank you for the tier 1. You're wrong, and that's okay.
I'm done. Our prison's obsolete.
I'm sending Ryan Gosling. Not a bad choice, but I'm still going Beyonce. Yeah, it was Solange. Solange was the one beating his ass. I'm sending Speed. I don't know about that. It was ass, not even an argument. Okay, you guys are allowed to dislike what you dislike. I thought it was pretty good. I'm a country fan. I also think it's bullshit that she got like blackballed from all of the country music stations. You know what I mean? There's a lot to decompress with that with regards to misogynoir in our country. Solange. It's not Solange. No, it's not. It's Solange. It is not Solange. Not like Beyonce. You will not fool me here, okay? You think I just heard of Solange yesterday? No. I've been a Solange fan for a really long time. Anyway, we got a bunch of stuff to react to, chat. We got a ton of stuff to talk about and react to and have a good little stream, okay? We got a good work episode I thought we'd start with. Something chill, something fun. And then after that, we got Walter Matheson at the Luigi Mangione trial. Apparently some people were like gathering in support of the man Luigi. Oops. We're back. I told you to be scuffed. We're gonna watch that, and then we got 2 videos about actually 3 videos about Israel, Palestine. And I thought today on all days we should, what was that mouse pad? Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Yeah, I'm the beast. I mean, you're right. Yeah. What up, Minnie? Yeah, of course I'm the beast. Yeah. It's pretty simple. But also it's kind of, there's something a little bit more cuz like Lil Nas X was like all over country radio. You know? So is it something specific about her being a woman, or I don't know. Also Shabuzi, hello, that guy's everywhere. But I think they obviously still experience racism too. That was before they knew he was gay. I mean, still. Yeah, I remember socialism. But actually, that was he did the Billy Ray Cyrus thing after his song was already well popping off and like being requested on country radio. There's also a huge campaign to get Lil Nas X off of country radio. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, I like Beyonce. I thought she did an incredibly good job today. I thought she did such a good job. It was like an amazing performance.
It's one thing.
Speaking of, have you seen the Buy Men discourse? Twitter has hit new lows. Okay, no, but I need to see that. What is the Buy Men discourse? What is it? Are we being... They're coming after us? Are they coming after us? Is it not okay to be bi anymore? Women are claiming it's okay not to date bi men because they're gay. Oh, okay. Fuck you. I don't want to date you either then. Dude, what? Yeah, like bye. Okay. Bye, more like bye. See ya. Never wanted to date you. Like nobody was asking you. Like, yeah, you're. I don't need you. You know.
Agree on is that far too many things happen. Each day the sun rises and we peel ourselves.
All right, let's check out 2024 reflected on by good work.
Trying to remember all the things that happened the day before, only to be forced to drink from the fire hose of happening things all over again, fattened and stuffed with a barrage of headlines like a little.
Bro, what is this guy doing? What is he? What are they doing? They're just standing next to a scooter.
Foie gras mallard. So what the hell even happened?
Here's one example. Here we go again. No, women not wanting to date bisexual men is not homophobia. Nobody owes you a date. Do we have to repeat this every month? Okay, I'm not reading that. No, you don't have to do this every month. Like, once again, like, nobody was, like, are bi men knocking down this person's door? No. You know, I don't know. Just mind your business. How about that? We'll keep fucking hot women and men. How about you eat one of those? Eat one of these, baby. Oh, look at me. Look at me. I still repress myself and tell myself that hot people aren't actually hot. Ooh, attractive people. I see them sometimes, and if I make sure that their genitalia is what I allow myself to find attractive. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Hot people are hot, and that's not controversial. Shut the fuck up.
This year. The wall of a plane fell off. The Harvard president resigned.
What's up, Toby?
Steamboat Willie entered the public domain. We learned that Stephen Hawking visited Epstein's Island. Also there, Steamboat Willie. Elon Musk did cocaine and acid and ketamine and begged the Delaware courts for his $60 billion paycheck back. 23,000 big tech workers got laid off. The SEC approved Bitcoin.
Merry Christmas, Toby.
WWE founder Vince McMahon pooped on an employee's head. Angry French farmers stormed Paris again. We lost Amelia Earhart. Again, the New York Attorney General sought $370 million from Donald Trump. Apple released their $3,000 VR headset. The pickleball swindler.
Oh, one of my friends works for Apple, and he has one of those now. Like, they gave him one, and I want to go over to his house and play with it. I've never tried one. I am very behind on, like, I am boomer as fuck on VR. VR, like, the only VR I've tried was like probably 10 years ago. It was probably like 11 years ago. Like, for real. That's like the last time I tried VR, and I haven't done anything else with it. I kind of want to. It'd be fun. I got a Steam VR set during COVID. I haven't really used it. Give it to me.
From the Disney Channel original series.
I spent a lot of quarantine in VR chat. Nice.
Satellite into space. Pirates are back. Tucker Carlson and Vladimir Putin finally stopped messing around and went out to dinner. Everyone learned what NVIDIA was. Dune 2 made a fleshlight popcorn bowl. Wait, NVIDIA has $2 trillion? Everyone got mad that Google's AI made George Washington black. But we were cool with Shrimp Jesus. Lyft made that $3 billion typo. Brooks and Brothers got everyone their money back.
Speaking of AI, has anybody seen this new Coke ad? Here, let me see if I can find it. God, this is so scuffed. Typing shits. They played it all day today. Here, look. This is the ad. Oh, fuck. Created by Real Magic AI. It said at the bottom. Did you see that? Created by Real Magic AI. I don't understand why they would do this. Like, this looks like ass. This looks like ass. It played during the football games like all day today. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. There's like a weird like fogginess to it all. Everything just like looks bad. Like the proportions of the truck are not right. The dogs, the animals are just the worst part. They look terrible. Yeah, this is all AI. And it's so, I just don't understand it to me. Because like, it doesn't look good. Like just hiring a CG artist team, like it's not like Coca-Cola is like strapped for cash. Like their marketing budget is massive no matter what they use, right? So like, if anything, they had to, they like put this here because they wanted like to be seen as like technologically advanced or something, I guess. Like, you know, you want to portray that they're like using the cutting edge shit, but it looks like ass. It looks worse. So I don't think they saved like money. I really don't think money is the answer. I don't. I know how these agencies work, and money is not a problem. This was a creative decision. I don't think it was a financial decision. You know? And I don't get it, because I feel like they're just going to get shit for this. And it doesn't look good. They're just going to get shit for it. It's bad press. I literally don't understand. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. You know? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's not interesting. It's so weird. They used to overthrow governments, bro. And now look at them. It's a marketing thing? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know what it is. If they like, yeah, like they chose this. Like, not because they were trying to save money, because they don't care about money. Again, they're leaning into the controversy. Maybe.
Blower took his own life. And I don't doubt that. Even for a second. Got 4 words for you. Combination, Applebee's, and IHOP. The Dartmouth men's basketball team unionized. The House passed a TikTok ban. Sam Bankman-Fried was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Women quit Goldman Sachs because they weren't getting promotions. 7 million AT&T passwords were leaked on the dark web. The Supreme Court said politicians can block people on social media. Donald Trump took Truth Social public the same day that he launched a line of commemorative Bibles. Robinhood released a
that's what Brian, that's kind of what I'm saying too, is that like I feel like most people are going to be like, it doesn't look good. It's a bad representation of AI because it doesn't look good. It's just bad media. It's just bad press for Coke because, you know, they're shitting on artists, and I don't know. There's just like 100 reasons why that sucks. There are so many hundreds of reasons why that's a bad decision, and they chose to do it anyway, and it's weird. It's weird to me.
A container ship
go
broke
up,
down a
yeah.
bridge in Baltimore. The chemical manufacturer that makes scotch
Merry Christmas.
contaminated lots of public drinking water with forever chemicals. The sun went night-night in daytime. Bob Iger defeated Nelson Peltz in the first of a few high-profile old guy fights this year. Amazon's automated no-cashier stores were actually run by just hundreds of people in India. Dude Perfect raised $100 million.
Yeah, that's true, two-based.
In their next step on the road to forming an independent republic. Jonte Porter was banned from the NBA. Now he's free to bet on whatever he wants, including skee-ball at Dave & Buster's. Harvey Weinstein's conviction was thrown out. The DOJ opened a criminal probe into McKinsey for their role in the opioid crisis. Non-compete agreements were banned. Red Lobster filed for bankruptcy. Equinox introduced a $40,000 a year membership that is supposed to help you live longer. They took Panera's deadly charged lemonade away from us, and you sat there and did nothing. Meme stocks came back. Google unveiled an AI model that designs medicine. Meanwhile, one of its other chatbots started telling people to eat rocks. The Dow hit 40,000, and everything we did to get there was worth it.
I also don't agree with this. I don't, because like they're willing to sacrifice quality and force. Yes, I agree with that part. They force people to get used to it so they can cut out artists. They can go from boardroom directly to screen. This actually is not true, like, because you still need artists. Like, that's kind of the thing, is that there are still a bunch of artists who are like working on that. It's not just like the agency putting it together on their own. Like, they hired a AI video production company, definitely, to make that. And like all of those images are probably like 80% AI, but they're all touched up and like perfected and pruned over for probably months, you know? Like I still think there's like a huge back end for even like a commercial like that. And it's just like, what? It just doesn't look good. Like to me, that's it. It just doesn't look good. You know what I mean? These AI companies are tech, bro. Yeah, I know, but they aren't artists. Like they're not. I do think there are people who are editors or like film creatives who are still directing and like, you know, like touching up and doing like CG to fix all of that shit. Make sure every logo passes their brand's you know, requirements and shit like that.
Especially making a banker work over 100 hours a week until he
Yeah,
died.
yeah, exactly, Gang Gang. That's what I'm saying too.
Guilty of falsifying business records so he could pay hush money to an adult film star. Wait, Nvidia has $3 trillion? Chiquita Banana financed.
Yeah, I mean, I understand this argument too, Mr. Perry. I think yes, you will still need artists to make AI. Whether you call them artists or not is, you know, one is another thing. But it is AI is just another tool. However, it's very clear that it's going to like make working in arts, working as a crew member in arts, a lot harder. And I'm seeing it already, chat. Like this is why I'm streaming. You know what I mean? This is literally why I'm streaming, because I can't work in the film industry anymore. You know? Like you've all seen my reel. Like I can make really fucking good images and bring value and authority to a brand, and I can't find any fucking work, dude. I can't find shit in LA, dude. It's nothing. It's nothing. There's nothing there. Everything I used to have has dried up and left. Like, it's gone. Bob and Wob, thank you for gifting a sub to Two Based. Oh, by the way, chat, isn't there like some like bonus thing? Like, subs are cheaper?
Tier 1 sub to 2Bass 3D.
Chat, subs are cheaper right now. Like, there's like a discount on just like normal subs. So, if you can, tier 2 and tier 3 really help me. And gifted subs. Yeah, Valorant
Merry
is
Christmas,
gifting.
homie.
Yo, it's Gremlo. What's up, dude? Merry Christmas, man. Thank you, Afro Altruism, for the 5 gifted, and thank you, Valorant, for the extra gifted. Let's go.
I'm done. Our prison's obsolete.
Yeah.
I'm an anarchist. I'm never taking a shower again. Abolish.
I don't know. I'm not as like as doomer about AI as some other people are. However, I totally understand like why some like especially like graphic artists and like people who do like more traditional like drawing, less collaborative stuff. I understand why they are like really worried about it. I think if you're an artist, like you kind of need to learn how to use it. And if you don't want to, then that's fine too. Continue making your art. But if you want to be a commercial artist, you kind of need to know the tools that are like prevalent in the industry.
They have given
Cheesy Bread, thank you for the gifted sub.
Subs in the channel.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I think like it's just another tool. If we lived in a just world, right, chat? If we lived in a just world, you wouldn't have to like make art that is like profitable for capital. You know what I mean? And also, like, if we lived in a just world, nobody should have to be sitting on a fucking telemarketer's line. Like, that kind of shit actually is not a dignified life. And, like, we should be celebrating when people are, like, not forced to do that shit anymore. And if a robot can take it over, that's great. However, we don't live in a just world, and people are going to starve and die and be kicked out and be, you know, shoved into the streets and freeze to death. You know, if we had everything taken care of, then AI would be something we should all celebrate. It makes us more productive. It you know, it frees people from this menial labor. Eeyore, thank you for the 5 gifted, and Valorant, thank you for the gifted. You know what I mean?
Valorant gifted a tier 1 sub to Jrimey.
Like, I do think there's an argument to be made about AI where, like, people who were painters when the photograph was invented, you know, if you're a landscape painter and the photograph is invented, you might view that as a situation in which your job is being replaced by a machine, and that it's like less creative and all this stuff. Obviously, we are past that moment. Thank you for the 5 get the subs. Obviously, we are past that moment. Photographs have existed our whole lives. Let's go, Ikimashu. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Let's go, guys. Appreciate this loving. You know what I mean about that comparison, though? I think it's just we have a new tool and we need to figure out how to work with it, but also, like, it is extremely dangerous in relation to capitalism,
A tier 1 sub to
as all automation is, you know? But again, we shouldn't be Luddites. We shouldn't be ludidical. I don't know if that's a word, but I just made it up. You know, we should own the robots. If we own the robots, then none of this shit matters, you know? If we own the means of production, then we don't have to be scared of advancements in technology, you know? We can decide how it's used and what it's used for. Air Pop Tart, thank you for the gifted. You know what I mean?
Arab Patat gifted a tier 1 sub to Evo_Lucia. They have given 3 gifts.
To me, that's different though, because there's a person behind the camera that dictates how the photo turns out. AI is just a soulless, emotionless machine that can't express any sort of anything. It's just hollow. Okay, but the AI doesn't create on its own. Like, I understand what you're saying, and I agree that the like writing a prompt and having an image generated is not the same as like drawing, but I think there is a similar thing of like taking a photo of a landscape is not the same as painting, and it's a development on that. And you still need an artist to take that photo. You know what I mean? Like, you still need someone to write the prompts. Most AI art that you will see, including this Coca-Cola ad, is being like, the images, yes, are generated by the AI, but they're all fucking like meshed together, and like, yeah, like they're all super edited by actual like visual artists. And I don't think that's gonna stop. I don't. You know? It's annoying. It sucks. But I'm not as doomer about it as other people are. I don't think it's evil on its own. It's evil in the way that capitalism is going to utilize it. You know what I mean? Yeah, there are definitely going to be. I said this already. Yeah, like I'm an example, bro. If it wasn't AI, I got pushed out by something, and I'm no longer able to work as a creative in the industry that I have worked in for over a decade. I've been very successful working as a creative up until the last 2 years, and it's become impossible, you know? And so I had to transition to streaming. Like, you know? And yeah, Brian, I think the ethics of like where they're getting the media that they're training the AI on is also something that is deserves to be talked about. Like, yeah, artists should be compensated if our work is going to be used to train this shit, you know? It's also like, if I owned the machine, I wouldn't care. Berkeley Pit Power Swimmer with the tier 3. Let's fucking go. Thank you. You're a performing artist now? Yeah, now. But for a year. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Dude, watch part of the Animatrix, dude. Those two, the only two good Animatrix. Actually, the Olympics one is pretty cool too. But the Animatrix is great, yeah. Anyway, let's finish this video. We can continue this combo. I like this combo. It's fine, but
people. The FDA said that we can drool, but we can't do Molly. Elon Musk got accused of
Also, holy shit, level 7 hype train. Oh my god. Get on in chat. Get on in here.
harassing employees. Shohei Ohtani's interpreter pled guilty to not knowing ball. Il Papa reminded everybody who the original thought leader was. The second
Wop and wop with the tier 2. Thank you.
Actually pretty sad. Harley Davidson and Tractor Supply de-woked themselves, bowing to pressure from a gentleman named Robbie Starbuck, who used to direct Akon music videos and looks like this. Siri can text your family now. The Supreme Court ruled that if you get an entire country addicted to opioids, you can't just declare bankruptcy and call it a day. And then McKinsey was like, what about if you made PowerPoints on how to get an entire country addicted to opioids?
Really, Cheesy? Only 9 more? Holy shit. Yo, Ikamishu! Gifting 5 subs and 4 bonus. Goddamn, 4 bonus gifteds? Let's go. Okay. Yo, Cordell. Let's go.
Largest skyscraper in America. I look forward to looking at it as I am flying from New York to Los Angeles. Losers. Trump got shot in the face. Supreme was sold for $1.5 billion. Ken Griffin paid $45 million for
Kate, I did. Thank you for the tier 1.
Senator took actual gold
Any
bars.
praxis now? Alright. Alright, let's do it. Alright, chat. You know what this is? It's praxis, baby. This shit's praxis. Wait, why is my desktop audio turned so low?
Sometimes I feel like Karl Marx, but that would be dogmatic. Sipping all this drink, I just spilled it on my fabric. If you have that knowledge, then you know you need the praxis. Red book on my lap, you can never catch me lacking. Sometimes I feel like Karl Marx, but that would be dogmatic. Sipping all this drink, I just spilled it on my fabric. If you have the knowledge, then you know you need the red book on my lap, you can never catch me lacking. I don't worship idols, man, that shit just be so corny. I be with the masses cause the rich just be so boring. I be on the internet whenever I feel lonely, and I rather feel like
Cool if I read the never Tony, tell my mama when I grow up.
Sorry, I'm a communist. Take a
Flight to Cuba, roll a blunt right in that bitch.
all up in Jamaica. Swear you need to see this shit. She don't wear no makeup. Wanna give me all of it. We should take like all of it. We should
Take like all of it.
careful who you talk to cause they
Fed and they be counterfeit.
I switched out the AR for the AK.
Chat, I got a new, check this out, I got a new fidget toy. It's a pin you spin like this.
Karl Marx, but that would be dogmatic. Sipping all this drink.
Mr. Perry, thank you for the tier 2.
If you have that
Yes.
knowledge, then you know you need the
Sometimes I drop it.
book on my lap. You can never catch me lacking. Sometimes I feel like Karl Marx, but that would be dogmatic. Sipping all this drink, I just spilled it on my fabric. If you have the knowledge, then you know you need to praxis. Red book
Book on my lap, you can never catch me lacking. Alright, we have a new song, chat. We had to rep.
I used to think
Wait,
about
why isn't my Spotify thing working?
you know, like
Been playing this on repeat. It's so good. It's so good. Chat. Cheers, chat. Drinking a Yingling Light. Way I like it. Johnny, that sounds good. If you are an artist, yeah, you should do that. I've never heard of that Nightshade. Sounds sick. Oh, wait, Brian, that's crazy too. I think, yeah, we should play in it right now. I think if you're an organizer, just like for Coke, like there's no benefit. It doesn't look better than what artists can make right now, and it's like lame to use. Like, it's not cool. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. 15 seconds for the hype train, chat. 300 bits. Thank you, Schwummer Hefe. Last chance, chat. Hurry, click fast.
Happy birthday.
Yo, goddamn. Holy shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What just happened? Okay, not have hit me with the 5 gifted. Holy shit. And then that came, and then Berkeley hit me with 10. And Valorant, what the fuck? How much did Valorant just give? 24 bonus gifted. Oh, god damn. Cajun9, thank you for the tier 2. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. Let's go. Thank you, chat. Oh my god, we're almost the level. This is the last month of the level 2. This is the last month of Partner Plus. They'll be guaranteed 70-30. Wait, also chat, did you know this? Wait, what's the song? That's the way I like it. Wait, Chad, did you guys put this together too? 30 for 30, 30 for 30. Chat. Okay, but you heard that, right? You heard that song? Did you know this? It's the same sample. Oh, you can't fucking hear it. God damn it.
Love me? Do you want me? Are you gonna call me like you said you would? Is this really your real phone number?
It's the same beat. It's the same sample. Or the same song that they're sampling.
New money. This is what you've been waiting on. Hey, rich boy selling it. All them haters wanna check. Tight, no slick. Just bought a Cadillac. Throw some D's on that. Just bought a Cadillac. Throw some D's on that. Just.
Yeah, I knew the song, but I didn't put together the sample. I read that on the internet. Anyway, okay, people are not vibing on this, I think. Free Luigi! Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I watched like some Indian travel videos on this laptop and it never went back. I'm just getting Indian like counting. I get lock and crore. I don't know what happened.
Let Luigi back in the kitchen, dog. He was cooking.
Wow.
Let's go.
That is my man.
Healthcare is a human right, not a privilege.
He's a result of what happens when you're in so much pain, the system doesn't care, can't help you. Is it
To actually see that this is going on.
No, Mr. Perry, no. It'd be like, so it's like a 10% more. So instead of 60-40, I get 70-30. So it'll be like 300, 350 bucks probably extra, which is definitely helpful. But no, I don't make 10K a month, anywhere near that really.
I think it's
You got a long way to go, baby.
There's gonna be so many Luigi Manjones that they will all be popping out of the snow!
I am in front of the courthouse where Luigi Mangione is about to get arraigned. It is 8 a.m. on a Monday morning, and there are people here that show.
Yeah, making 10K on Twitch without sponsors is a monumental task. Yeah, there are people who are like our size that do it. But they're really good at monetizing their stream and figuring that shit out. By the way, Chad, I wanted to bring this up too today. And I had actually read something that was really beautiful and really, I forgot to save it, so I wasn't able to talk about it on stream. But somebody who was like, who has been in prisons before saw whenever he was like doing this perp walk, they were like, he got a haircut. Like, that means somebody on the inside like found him in the days that he was in the jail and like took him aside and took care of him. Like, he is receiving care inside of the prison from other prisoners, and like getting a haircut, getting, you know, it's like rare. It's not something that happens, but they knew the significance. And this is basically a confirmation via Daily Mail. Luigi Mangione was reportedly celebrated as a hero within the prison walls. Inmates were captivated by his presence and extended him warm gestures. His fellow inmates have shown support and even helped him to get a glow up before extradition. The barbershop head had to go to him to make this happen. Prisoners generally cannot get a haircut, let alone a fade eyebrows and a facial. Dude, that's so fucking awesome. It's so beautiful to me. Yeah, Jesse Waters. He wouldn't last 2 minutes in there. No, dude, you wouldn't last 10 minutes in there. You wouldn't last 10 minutes in there. Luigi's going to be fine. Luigi's going to be... I mean, he's not going to be fine. He's probably going to, you know... He might get the fucking death sentence, but, you know, he's... hopefully there's some care and some gentleness that they can extend other prisoners. I spent a week in jail on a bogus charge, and I had the OGs come up to me and cut me up and line me up. I actually do people solids when they know you either in there for bogus shit or you're a hero. Yeah, right.
Up in
if I give him a death sentence, there will be riots.
Darity. Okay. There you go. There you go.
Let Luigi back in the kitchen, dog. He was cooking, all right? He was on a roll. Let him finish what he started, dog.
Do you think healthcare is a human right?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Let's go. Talk to
Y'all
me.
know exactly what's going on. And Mayor Adams, how dare you? You're an indicted thief trying to prosecute someone who's innocent. How dare you? This is bigger than CEOs and it's bigger than money. Our children have to have a future.
What's the baby doing, bro? He's trying to run away.
Innocent.
That is my man.
That's my man.
We all our men.
Okay, can we just talk about how the guy cannot take a bad picture? He's in cuffs.
True.
He's being walked around. He doesn't have...
He's always hot. It's true.
He just looks wonderful.
Like,
Haircut,
I'm like-
eyebrows, everything on
Like, every
fleek.
picture I see, I'm like, God damn it!
Why are you this fine?
It's like, look,
It's true. I
Grady's
wish I was that hot.
She's like, I got you.
Oh wait, makes sense though, huh, King?
Yeah, of course. Wait, are you just realizing this now?
Yeah, it's just one of my posters.
I feel like if you want to kill someone, you should go to Wharton Business School and work for McKinsey. Like everyone.
Yeah, you know what? If you want to kill someone, you gotta get a badge. You gotta get a badge. You can't just go around killing people, dude. You gotta apply to the NYPD. Okay? Come on.
Everyone else.
Do it like everybody else, yeah.
Way to do it in the United States, right? If you want to get away with it,
You want to kill people?
do it the right way.
Use AI.
Then you get away with it for a long time.
For me, it's Blue Cross Blue Shield, Anthem. I got into an electricity accident and I herniated 2 discs in my neck and 2 in my lower back. And over the 2-year period that they made me wait, I was left with nerve damage. So I am now stuck with nerve damage for the rest of my life. I got 2 major surgeries last December and last October. And now they're saying that my medication is no longer long-term. So I have about 4 days left and no insurance, no job, no money. I'm about to lose everything, so that's why I'm here today.
You think healthcare is a human right?
I think it is a human right, yes. We all deserve health care.
Are you here to support Luigi?
I am in support of the people. Healthcare is a human right, not a privilege.
There's gonna be so many Luigi
Who'd you guys vote for in the last election?
I should have voted, but I did not.
I have voted. This is the thing that made you come out and say, all right, let's do this.
It felt a little more important, like I actually had a say in the matter. It didn't feel that important, but now I see it is important to also vote. It is. It is.
You know what? The point is,
I mean,
I'm trying to show how people.
Yeah, you should vote down ballot, and there's definitely big differences you can make in local elections. You should always vote down ballot. But like, I know why this person didn't vote, you know, and I know why they're out there now. I can understand, like, you know, it makes sense. It's not hard to imagine why.
People from across the spectrum are showing up today, and you just demonstrated that. So thank you.
They're killing people every day with the healthcare system, and motherfucking now one of them got killed who doing this to people, and they're going fucking crazy. They charging this guy with terrorism charges now.
It's pretty easy to see why people are galvanized behind this. You know, we feel like we're all being slowly killed. I think a lot of people don't think they're going to make it to natural death, I think. The only reason we have not rebelled in this country is because we're so, like, we are able to be comfortable enough. And I think he's a result of what happens when you're in so much pain, the system doesn't care, can't help you, is inadequate. That's why you see everybody supporting him, you know? Everyone's being exploited, charged thousands of dollars every month that they barely have, and then they get nothing out of it. They get sick, and it doesn't actually pay off.
We have universal health care in the UK.
So you're from London. Let me just start from the beginning. In America, we have this time-honored tradition called medical bankruptcy.
To actually see that this is going on, I think it's criminal. People being bankrupt because the health insurance is not paying out. We pay national insurance, which is taken straight from our paychecks. So it's taken straight out, and then everybody is covered for healthcare, basically. You can get private healthcare if you choose, but you could literally, if you end up in A&E or you ended up with major surgery, you won't pay anything. And obviously I knew that this system existed in the US, but everything I've been seeing and people's stories on social media, I just can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, we have nobody even talking about it now. It's not even a topic of conversation during the presidential elections. What do you think? I mean, like, if Luigi did what he did in September, do you think that would have been worse for Kamala? How do you think it would have affected the election? You know what I mean? I'm kind of interested. I think it would have been worse for her, because I don't think she would have, like, all of a sudden supported Medicare for all. Luigi would have won. Trump would have blamed it on left populism. He would have, and there would have been a conversation about political violence that was already existing. I think she would have done worse. Yeah, I think she would have been like it would have just pointed out that she is, like, you know, she used to support Medicare for all and no longer does. I don't know, man. Also, like, God, the shit that has been coming out about her with the Teamsters, where she, like, went to a meeting with them and, like, only answered 3 questions, and then as she was leaving, turned to them and said, "I'm going to win with or without you." Womp womp. She did not, in fact, win without them. But that kind of, like, do you think she talked that way to the Uber CEO, that her, you know, her husband's brother-in-law or whatever? Yeah. No. Of course not. Yeah, dude. It's just like, it communicated everything that was wrong with you. Like, her entire campaign is so fucking annoying. So annoying. Anyway, new Uncivilized video chat. Uncivilized is a great channel that doesn't have nearly enough subscribers. So I highly recommend you guys all go subscribe. It's one of my favorite channels on the internet. They got a new video about Jesus. Jesus. He saved us from our sins.
Jesus of Nazareth was a radical revolutionary.
Was Jesus a revolutionary? For many, that's a controversial question to ask. It touches at the foundation of people's religion and faith. But this isn't just a matter of intellectual debate. This belief has fueled revolutions and revolutionaries that have shaped the world.
I have a dream that one day.
Oh yeah. Ikamishu asked, what would you recommend I read for an explanation of dialectical materialism? Marx? Honestly. Read Capital if you're interested. Even just reading the first 3 chapters will give you a new understanding of those things and of capitalism. Read as much as you can. Capital. You know what I mean? But yeah, Luna Oi translated like Vietnamese like curriculum text about dialectical materialism. Yeah, it's true. The only person y'all should read is Jeebus.
From Latin America to the United States, and from the Middle East to Africa.
Our struggle is going to succeed because it is a just struggle.
It's even influenced the current Pope. So where did this idea come from, and how did it take hold? For that, we need to understand Jesus in a way you probably have never before. If you like this video and want to support our work, you can become a paid member of our Patreon.
There are 3 kinds of Jesuses. The first kind of Jesus we can call the historical Jesus. Now that's the kind of Jesus that historians can pretty much verify through using their tools. The second Jesus is the Christ of faith. The Christ of faith, we might say, is the Christ we find in our Bibles, in our New Testament. And then the third Jesus is the real Jesus, the real person who walked and lived in that time and area.
The Christ of faith is one you're most familiar with through the Bible. He was a peaceful preacher who performed miracles and told you to turn the other cheek. His main teachings were not about this world, but salvation for the afterlife and the kingdom of heaven. But for people who doubt Jesus' revolutionary credentials, this couldn't be further from the reality.
Jesus the man instead of Jesus the Christ. The historical person who walked the earth 2,000 years ago and said these things, and what the context of what he said meant at the time, and how we should read that today.
They are more concerned with historical Jesus, and to understand him, we need to look back to 1st century Palestine. And the story goes like this. Jesus was a Jew living.
No, dude, they found the Shroud of Turin. No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, I think people are pretty clear that he existed.
Under Roman occupation, he was a peasant from the Galilee that became this prolific preacher, creating a mass movement of followers. His disciples were of the poor, the marginalized, and the forgotten within society. They saw him as the Messiah. According to this narrative, which was made mainstream by Reza Aslan, Jesus was calling for the establishment of the kingdom of God. But this wasn't a reference to the afterlife or some heavenly world to come. This was a call for revolution.
Jesus the Messiah has no concerns for the cares of this world whatsoever. His only concern is, the world to come. Jesus of Nazareth was a radical revolutionary whose sole focus was on the suffering of the people on this world right now and the power structures that were creating that suffering.
Historical Jesus wanted to overthrow the Roman Empire in Palestine. While he never directly called for violence, Jesus understood that the reality could never be achieved without the use of force. And how did Rome deal with those who challenged the rule of Caesar and the Roman Empire? Crucifixion. Historically, that was the punishment Romans carried out against people who committed insurrection, treason, or sedition. For the Romans, calling for the kingdom of God was seen as trying to stoke a rebellion. They saw Jesus as a rebel leading a movement, so they crucified him and wrote the King of the Jews on top of his cross.
And a sign was placed above his head that read, "This is the King of the Jews."
For historians and scholars, Jesus was shaped by his environment and not exceptional to it. 1st century Palestine saw the rise of many messianic figures and movements. They believed in the rule of God, not the rule of man. and on that basis opposed the Roman Empire. These movements prayed for divine intervention in their fight against Rome, and according to historical records, this time period was characterized by many different uprisings against the Roman Empire. They were often crushed, and their leaders crucified. It is in this context that Jesus emerged. Like others of his time who wanted to overthrow the Romans, his teachings about the kingdom of God, where the poor...
Is this the temptation? Last temptation? I don't think this is. I don't know what this is.
...powerful, can be understood as seeking to challenge the established order. They weren't spiritual, they were political, and in that sense, Jesus was a revolutionary. While this theory is not widely accepted by some scholars, and is controversial for those who hold onto the Christ of faith, it does give us a sense of how Jesus is seen as a revolutionary. But there's also another view, one with its origins in Latin America, that has taken Jesus' teachings and used them to inspire many around the world to rise up against injustice.
I believe that in liberation theology, of solidarity with others, particularly with those most poor, it is also clear. The poor are loved preferentially by God.
Yes. Yes. Dude, I'm sorry, but if you read the Gospels, I don't know how you can actually internalize Jesus' teachings and not be a radical socialist, like a liberation theology, fighting against capitalism at every opportunity. That's just what's in the book, bro. Like, that's what you're called to do by the book. Like, that's what it says. What do you mean? It says so right here. Most of them don't read it. I mean, you're right. Yeah. Because you can interpret the Bible to support whatever you want. I mean, yeah, you can, obviously. But, like, if you're actually writing, like, he's very clear about wealth. He's incredibly clear about wealth. You know? Like, it's harder for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven than it is for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. You know what that means? It ain't fucking happening. He literally said, rich people, you're going to hell. Like, it's not, that's not something that happens occasionally. Camels don't go through eyes of needles, dude. That's never ever happened. It's never happened once. So if you're rich, you're not going to heaven. I don't know what to tell you. That's what he said. That is very clear. It's so clear. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, people are just, it's just twisted, man. This is why it's also like, I think when like r/atheism people get like really bent out of shape about Christianity. I don't know, man. Listen, the church is one thing, and I understand. It's like, you know, we should have dignified and righteous anger towards the church. But the book itself actually is kind of fire. It's kind of got some good ass shit in it, you know? The Gospels especially. That's some good shit. You know?
Because they live in a condition that is contrary to his will. And this should be our attitude.
Emerging in the 1960s and 70s, during a time characterized by dictatorships, repression, poverty, and social inequality in Latin America, liberation theology was a movement that sought to take on injustices and transform society. As a theology, it was rooted in the Catholic Church and was built on Jesus' embrace of the poor and marginalized. Its intellectual foundations come from scriptures, historical context, and the application of Marxist frameworks.
It seems to me that to announce the kingdom of God is to announce the kingdom of life. Abundant life, all of life, personal, social, spiritual, material. This is announcing the kingdom of God.
Liberation theologians saw Jesus and his teachings as revolutionary for their time and the source of liberation of people from their oppressive material conditions. They preached in praxis, or faith as action.
So we organized meetings and planned our strategy. With the help of the church, we got a human rights lawyer to take the government to court to challenge them on their right to relocate us.
Believing that Christianity required active participation in the struggle for justice.
To commemorate their struggles and celebrate their victories, the women of the base community write songs. This song is about their fight to keep their homes.
Liberation theology also moved beyond the concept of personal sin and highlighted the concept of structural sin, like systems that perpetuate violence and suffering. Some regard it as a response to the Christianity used to justify imperialism, slavery, and colonialism.
What the Christian slaveholders did with their Bibles was to take Paul's descriptions of the New Testament world, slaves, obey your masters, which was descriptive of the state of life, and to take that as prescriptive. Therefore, masters may have slaves, and slaves must obey in all situations.
Yes, of course.
Type of
Valorant giftee. Valorant was juicing us, dude. They gave us like 26 gifted communities.
And
let's go. Let's take advantage of that, bro. Anybody who can drop 5, Valorant's matching them.
Could claim that they were being faithful to Scripture, that they were interpreting Scripture literally.
Liberation theology was not a monolith, and so theologians were in disagreement about the armed struggle as a means for liberation. Gustavo Gutierrez, one of the founding fathers of liberation theology, didn't openly advocate for violence, but understood the role resistance played
Yo,
in
Paul Wall, thank you for the 5 get this up.
While on the other hand, Camilo Torres, a Catholic priest, engaged in the armed struggle as part of the guerrilla movement in Colombia. He said the duty of every Christian is to be a revolutionary. Liberation theology shaped struggles all over Latin America, from Mexico to Colombia, from indigenous movements to workers' movements and beyond. Some were even assassinated for promoting it, like Oscar Romero in El Salvador.
The U.S. Army helped defeat liberation theology, and that's true. There was a war between the U.S. military and the Latin American Catholic Church, which had adopted a preferential option for the poor and was working to help poor people, so they had to be slaughtered.
But it couldn't be contained and spread around the world, inspiring
Jeez, thank you for 5 subscribers. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys.
And revolutions all over. In the US, there was Reverend Martin Luther King.
Fearing any man, mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
In South Africa, there was Desmond Tutu and the anti-apartheid.
Yeah, I would agree with that too, Rizzo.
He's going to succeed because it is a just struggle.
In Palestine, we have Palestinian liberation theology in the face of Israeli settler colonialism and Christian Zionism.
In Palestine, we speak of the empire. Here we confront the theology of empire, a disguise for superiority, supremacy, chosenness, and entitlement.
And in the Vatican, there's Pope Francis. Historically, the Catholic Church wasn't too receptive to liberation theology, critiquing its closeness to Marxism and for connecting faith to political ideologies and struggles. And for many Christians, they just simply disagreed with that interpretation of Jesus.
You ain't seen an insurrection yet. You keep on pushing our buttons, you low-down sorry compromisers. You God-hating communist America, you'll find out what an insurrection is, because we ain't playing your garbage. We ain't playing your mess. My Bible says that the church of the living God is an institution that...
Bro, we need to get some of this. Fuck a Joe Rogan of the left. I want this guy for the left. And that's why I voted for Cornel West. It's true. I voted for Cornel West because he is this guy for the left. And he's awesome. Every time I listen to Cornel West speak, I think, yup. That
the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And the Bible says that we'll take it by force.
Regardless of the debate, what has been clear is the impact of liberation theology on shaping the world for the last half century. And at the center of it is one core belief. Jesus was a revolutionary and liberator. So, was Jesus a revolutionary?
Who made this?
And liberator.
Who made this? This is not the gun of the liberator. This is not a liberatory gun, bro. You can't put the M16 there, dude. This is the Empire's gun. What are we doing? Gotta give that guy an AK, bro.
So, was Jesus a revolutionary? Historical Jesus maybe was. We will never fully know. But there's another question. Can Christianity inspire revolutionary ideas and actions to take on injustice and systems of domination everywhere? If the answer is yes, then I hope he was a revolutionary and will continue to be.
Damn. I'm actually surprised that didn't really go into like modern Bethlehem at all. We have a little bit of that coming up. I put some Bethlehem travel videos on the docket we'll watch, but first I wanted to watch this. Trigger warning, chat. This is going to be a rough watch. We are going to get angry. However, I do think it is very important to watch. Has anybody seen this yet? What is this? Oh, there we go. There it is. Has anybody seen this interview 60 Minutes did with Mossad, quote unquote, about their pager plot? Because there's so much about this that's very revealing. That's super fucking revealing. It's so interesting. It's disgusting. It's interesting. It's anti-Semitic, if I'm being honest. Like, it's fucking crazy.
On September 17th, after Israel and the terrorist organization Hezbollah had been in an escalating war for nearly a year, the Israeli spy agency Mossad launched one of the most daring and sophisticated deceptions in the history of counterintelligence, the pager.
Okay, so that's a lie.
Plot.
Immediately, this is a lie. Remember this. She's saying that only after a year they started this plot. It is not how this... Watch as we watch the rest of this. Notice this lie right here as we open.
Modern take on the Trojan horse. Mossad created a bomb in a pocket and tricked Hezbollah fighters into unwittingly wearing these devices on their bodies. The repercussions of the plot have been dramatic, including aiding in the fall of the Assad regime in Syria, the weakening of Iran, and the decimating of the target of the plot, Hezbollah. We spoke with two recently retired senior Mossad agents with leading roles in the operation. To hide their identities, we agreed they could wear a mask and have their voices altered. We started with Michael, not his real name.
The story will continue in a moment.
Also, they should not censor this guy.
You were something called a case officer. What exactly is a case officer?
A case officer spearheads the operation. He is the commander of the operation.
The operation started 10 years ago, not with pagers, but...
Wait. Okay, because you just said that this operation started a year after Hezbollah in Israel had been in a quote-unquote war. Because if it started 10 years ago, this seems like that they did this first. This really seems to me like Israel is preemptively striking. 10 years ago? What do you mean 10 years ago? This isn't something you should be admitting. What?
But with weaponizing walkie-talkies.
A walkie-talkie was a weapon, just like a bullet or a missile or a mortar.
So a walkie-talkie bomb.
A walkie-talkie bomb. Inside the battery, there is an explosive device.
And that was the invention, to put an explosive device that couldn't be detected into the battery.
Correct. Made in Israel.
At Mossad?
Yes.
As I understand it, these walkie-talkies went into a tactical vest that a soldier would put on, and then this would go in the pocket.
Correct.
Near the heart.
Yes.
So Israel sold this device to Hezbollah. Hezbollah paid.
But who was Israel at war with 10 years ago? Why were they doing this 10 years ago? That's the point. I thought they only were acting in self-defense. So 10 years ago, why were they planning massive supply chain compromising for Lebanon, which is a free and sovereign nation?
This weapon that was to be used against them.
They got a good price.
A good price that couldn't be too low or they'd be suspicious. In the end, Hezbollah bought over 16,000 of these exploding walkie-talkies that Israel then didn't activate for 10 years until 3 months ago.
Yeah, so they literally were selling explosives and putting explosives into the general population of Lebanon for 10 years. That's fucking a war crime. Like, this is terrorism. What was going on? Like, what are we doing?
How did you convince Hezbollah to buy this?
Well, obviously, they didn't know that they were buying it from Israel.
Who did they buy it from, or think they were buying it from?
We have an incredible array of possibilities of creating foreign companies that have no way being traced back to Israel, shell companies over shell companies who affect the supply chain to our favor. We create a pretend world. We are a global production company. We write the screenplay. We're the directors. We're the producers. We're the main actors. The world is our stage.
This is...
Okay, so have fun watching this video posted under every single Nazi, like, anti-Semitic, hate page on Twitter for the next 20 years. Just so we're very clear. Like, that, saying that kind of shit is literally confirming the most anti-Semitic conspiracy theories that you will read on the internet. Not only is it just, like, not true, they don't have this kind of power. They're projecting power. They're trying to, that's the point of the terrorism, right? That's why it's terrorism, is because they're meant to strike fear in the heart of anybody who would dare to, stand up to them. But that's just so, like, you're telling me that Mossad, that the Jews can, like, listen to what he said, dude. If I said this shit, they should ban me. Like, if anybody is on Twitch saying this shit about Israel, about Mossad, about anything, like, they should be banned. This is anti-Semitic. This is textbook anti-Semitism, bro. Like, a Nazi would not write this better.
Global production company. We write the screenplay. We're the directors. We're the producers. We're the main actors. The world is our stage.
This is Mossad's old office. Its motto from Proverbs 24:6 says in so many words, wage war through deception and trickery, kind of like the CIA's smoke and mirrors, which is what this operation was all about, starting with those walkie-talkies. But walkie-talkies are only worn in battle. So Mossad began developing a new device that Hezbollah fighters would have in their pockets all the time, a pager.
They're like, yeah. We don't like that the walkie-talkies would only be used by active combatants. We actually want to strike civilians. We want this to be in daily, normal life. Like, listen to them. Yeah, it's something the general population also used. Like, they're literally like, it was the walkie-talkies were too specifically hitting at people who are active combatants. We wanted to go broader, and we wanted to hit civilians.
A pager is almost obsolete around the world, but Hezbollah still using it.
This is Gabriel, not his real name or voice. In 2022, he and his team started developing the second phase of the operation, the booby-trapped pagers. He found out that Hezbollah was buying pagers from...
Once again, the pagers they started doing in 2022, before October 7th, or anything that would justify such a blatant attack on civilian population in another sovereign country. This is not self-defense. This is not self-defense. This is active terrorism, and they're just like blatantly admitting it on 60 Minutes. Like, this isn't a war crime.
He and his team started developing the second phase of the operation, the booby-trapped pagers. He found out that Hezbollah was buying pagers from this company in Taiwan called Gold Apollo. This is the pager that Hezbollah was using. So it's very sleek, it's very shiny, and it certainly can fit in a pocket. So what did you do to change this, to make it into a bomb?
So to make it into a bomb, we have to enlarge it a little bit.
In order to put explosives inside, but not too much. Using dummies, Mossad conducted tests with the pager in a padded glove to calibrate the grams of explosive needed to be just enough to hurt the fighter, but not the person next to him.
If we put
See, okay, so 60 Minutes is just again lying. Again lying. It wasn't just fighters who held these pagers. People next to them were hurt. Children were hurt. Children were killed. Doctors were killed.
Push the button. The only one that
just
will
like
get injured is the terrorist.
Yeah, not only are they documenting and admitting to their war crimes and admitting the very specific things that make it a war crime, they're also just like denying that civilians were harmed, which is very fucking cool.
Himself. Even if his wife or his daughter will be just next to him, he's the only one that's going to be harmed.
Did you
That's a
test
lie.
for that?
Yes. We test everything triple, double, multiple times in order to make sure there's minimum damage.
Could you use it as a tracking device? Did it have intelligence capability?
Oh no. This is a very stupid device by nature. This is the reason they're using it. There's almost no way how to tap it. It's only receiving messages and several grams of explosive.
So okay. Well, again, they have no way to tell or know that these are only being used by Hezbollah fighters. They're just sending it out, so they don't have any idea who used them when they hit the bomb, when they trigger them. They don't know.
Mossad also tested these ringtones to find a sound urgent enough to compel someone to take it out of their pocket. And they tested how long it takes a person to answer a pager, on average 7 seconds. But how to convince Hezbollah to switch to this bulkier pager?
I remember the day that I came to our director, put it on the table, and he was furious. He was telling us, there is no chance that anyone will buy such a big device. It's not comfortable in their pockets. It's heavy.
Very heavy.
Very heavy. It's no good.
Yeah.
Go back and bring me something else. It took me 2 weeks to convince him that although it's ugly, it has character.
Character meaning added features, which they touted in fake ads on YouTube. Robust, dustproof, waterproof, long battery life.
We make advertising movies and brochures, and we put it on internet, and it became the best product in the beeper area in the world.
Did people other than Hezbollah want to buy this based on what was being said about it online?
Yes, we received several requests from regular potential customers. Obviously, we didn't send to anyone. We just quote them with expensive price.
Mossad wanted to use the name Gold Apollo on its pager, so it set up shell companies, including one in this building in Hungary, to dupe the Taiwanese into partnering with them. So the company in Taiwan, Gold Apollo, did they know that they were working with people from Mossad?
Gold Apollo had zero clue that they are working with the Mossad.
And neither did Hezbollah.
When they are buying from us, they have zero clue that they are buying from the Mossad. We make like Truman Show. Everything is controlled by us behind the scene. In their experience, everything is normal. Everything was 100% kosher, including businessmen, marketing, engineers, showroom, everything.
To further the plot, Mossad hired the Gold Apollo saleswoman Hezbollah was used to working with before. She offered them the first batch of pagers as an upgrade free of charge. By September 2024, Hezbollah had 5,000 pagers in their pockets. The question for Israel, when to activate the sleeping bombs. There were hints Hezbollah might be getting suspicious of the devices. So Mossad head Dadi Barnea gave the go-ahead, triggering the attack and shocking people around the world as it seemed more like a spy movie than reality. On September 17th at 3:30 p.m., pagers started beeping all over Lebanon. As I understand it, people with this pager got a message that said, you have an encrypted message. In order to access it, you have to push the 2 buttons. meaning that it would explode in their hands.
That was the whole point.
So if someone did not push the two buttons, what happened?
It's the same effect. It's going to explode anyway.
The explosive was triggered in Israel.
Yes.
What ensued was mayhem. People with pagers blowing up on the street, on motorcycles, hospitals
really
filling
slow
up with
on
the wounded, limbs, fingers torn off, bloody,
Slipstream.
blinded, holes in stomachs. For the most part, the explosions worked as planned, they say. Watch the man on the left. Those right next to him were unscathed.
Oh my god. Dude, these fucking pieces of shit, dude.
The very next day, Mossad finally activated the walkie-talkies that had been dormant for 10 years, some going off at the funerals of those killed by the pagers. All in all, about 30 people died, including 2 children. Around 3,000 were injured.
No, they were Hezbollah though, right? Because you just said that, nobody, they tested it, tested it, dude. How could this have happened? You're over here glazing these terrorists.
The aim, it wasn't killing Hezbollah terrorist. If he just dead, so he's dead. But if he wounded, you have to take him to the hospital, take care of him. You need to invest money in efforts. And those people without hands and eyes are living proof, walking in Lebanon, of don't mess with us. They are walking proof of our superiority all around the Middle East.
2 days after the pager attack, Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah, known for his fiery oratory, gave a subdued speech.
If you look at his eyes, he was defeated. He already lost the war. And his soldiers looked at him during that speech, and they saw a broken leader. And this was the tipping point of the war. I don't know if you know that Nasrallah, when we operate the beeper operation, just next to him in the bunker, several people at the beeper receiving the message. And in his own eyes, he saw them collapsing.
How do you know that?
She's smiling.
His
Look at
own
this.
eyes, he saw them collapsing.
How do you know that?
Like, fling these people into the sun. What are we doing, man? This is evil. This is making me sick to my fucking stomach. This is so evil. 60 Minutes should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. This is so disgusting.
It's a strong rumor.
In the ensuing days, the Israeli Air Force hit targets all across Lebanon, killing over 1,000, many of them civilians. On September 27th, it dropped massive bombs on Nasrallah's bunker, assassinating him. 2 months later, after more Israeli strikes over Lebanon and more civilian deaths, the war between Israel and Hezbollah ended with a ceasefire. Did you completely
Just totally, I can't even handle it, man. We're just being lied to. It's just lie after lie after lie. Like, all of this is just factually incorrect.
destroy and crush Hezbollah?
I think it's a big question, and I think the honest answer will be no. But I think after this tipping point of the beeper operation and the walkie-talkie and then IDF attack, put Hezbollah in a very, very difficult situation. No chain of command, no spirit in their soldiers, asking, begging for a ceasefire.
So you restore your sense of superiority, but what about your moral reputation? Don't you think Israel has to worry about its reputation?
Definitely, but there is a prioritization. First, you have to defend your people not being killed by the thousands. And then, the reputation.
The
Oh my
Pagers
God.
have had a
That's the hard-hitting question you're bringing to them. That's the most like pushback that 60 Minutes is able to muster. That's it. What about your moral standing? What about your moral standing?
profound rippling effect.
Not like, do you ever like lay awake at night? How do you sleep? Do you think about the 2 children that you've murdered? Do you think about the 3,000 people who were injured? Does that keep you up at night?
Severely weakening Iran.
What about like, why should the United States pay for this?
In ruins, with Hezbollah shattered in Lebanon, Assad toppled in Syria. We asked Agent Michael about the effect on Gaza. How does that affect the situation with Hamas?
The wind was taken out of Hezbollah's fight after the pager operation, and I'm hoping that it will have an effect also on the Hamas and hostage situation, because they're looking at their sides and they're seeing no one next to them. They're completely isolated now.
That might be coming up later.
In terms of the kind of warfare that was conducted with the walkie-talkies and the pagers, would you call it a psychological war?
The day after the pagers.
How many other ways can you say terrorism? Psychological war? So you meant to strike terror into the population of a nation. How is this not terrorism? What the fuck do you mean psychological war?
Exploded. People were afraid to turn on the air conditioners in Lebanon because they were afraid that they would explode.
Terror.
So there is real fear.
Was that an intention?
We want them to feel vulnerable, which they are. We can't use the pagers again because we already did that. We've already moved on to the next thing. And they'll have to keep on trying to guess what the next thing is.
A Lebanese journalist on Iran's waning influence.
Wait, when did they ask? I don't think they asked that. Who said that? About how does this protect America? No, they didn't ask that. I didn't hear that at all.
Iran has been weakened tremendously.
At 60minutesovertime.com.
Ugh. Yo, Jason, thank you for the raid. Damn, Jason, you were streaming like all day today, man. Saw you live really earlier. Hope you had a fun stream. Chat, please, if you don't mind, join me in going and following Jason. I was being sarcastic. Oh. Oh. I mean, it's a good question. Go follow Jason, chat. Okay, we watched that. That was your medicine for the day. And now let's just kind of just chill out. Let's get some good vibes going. Okay, we watched the 60 minutes thing. We got our blood boiling. And now let's all just take a minute and remember where Jesus was born. In Bethlehem. And what is it like in Bethlehem? Well, for the second year in a row, Christmas is canceled because of the fucking occupation. This video is from 2 years ago by a YouTuber named Nomadic Wes. I don't know. I've never watched this guy. But I like this title. Inside Palestine's Walled City, Bethlehem, Behind the Wall. Check it out.
If I feel any danger, I stop filming and just go back to the hotel.
For the past 20 years or so, the Israeli government has been constructing a controversial separation wall, annexing Palestinian land inside occupied West Bank. Years after it was deemed illegal by a UN court, the wall still continues to cut through and divide Palestinian towns and villages, destroying the livelihoods of the people living there. I was always curious about what's really going on inside the separation wall, so I decided to enter Palestinian territory through an Israeli checkpoint in Jerusalem. In this second video of the Behind the Wall series, I will explore Bethlehem, a Palestinian city surrounded by the separation wall.
Wait, what the fuck?
Bethlehem, a Palestinian city.
Hoa Binh from Vietnam. Sick. Who's Hoa? I want to meet you.
city surrounded by the separation wall. Bethlehem is located on the West Bank, which is a part of the Palestinian territory.
Only one more!
The city is known as the birthplace of Jesus Christ and has been the holy pilgrimage site for Christians for centuries. Most travelers go to Bethlehem via Jerusalem, which is under the control of Israel. Although these cities are only 10 kilometers away from each other, access to Bethlehem is not as simple as it looks on the map. There is a public bus service from East Jerusalem to Bethlehem, but since Bethlehem is controlled by the Palestinian...
Yo, mums! Thank you so much for the gifted.
There are security checks conducted by the Israeli military on access roads. Although getting into Palestinian territory is quite easy, returning to the Israeli side is very difficult for Palestinian people. As a Japanese person, I fortunately didn't have a problem crossing.
Hell yeah. Vinzi, got it. Let's go. Yeah, I don't. So gifted subs don't count for the split, but it's okay. We'll get it, chat. Don't worry. We'll get it. If you have been gifted a sub and you gift a sub on top of it, it'll say like paying it forward. That works, but only once. So basically, it's like each account needs to spend it to get the whatever the $5.99 or whatever. I need 300 accounts. We'll get it. We'll get it. Don't worry. We're so close.
The border, but I needed to bring my passport. On the bus to Bethlehem, I was looking at the Google Maps on my smartphone, but I got confused because nothing happened when the bus crossed the border shown on the map. I found out later.
Oh, Senivo, thank you for the prime.
Display the separation wall, checkpoints.
I hate this. I'm so glad after this month we don't have to do this anymore. Senivo, I really appreciate that prime sub. The prime subs definitely do help. They give me money, but they do not count. It's the last time I'll ever have to explain this, okay? Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 subs all count, but primes and gifteds do not. They're still very much appreciated, so thank you.
Legal settlements, as if it's covering them up, which has caused quite a controversy for Google. Honestly, this inaccurate map caused me a lot of confusion.
Are they fixing it? No, it's like... I don't know. I just wish it was easier to explain. That's the only thing. Or like that they have like a graphic or something I could show. I don't know. It's just annoying. Yo, there it is. Vinci, thank you for paying forward your gifted sub. That'll do it. That should actually do it right there. So chat, thank you. Chat, thank you. 70-30. We got 70-30 split for a whole year now, thanks to all of your support. Mumsy with the tier 2, thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Seriously, this means so much. Like, the fact that I'm able to do this, it still feels like a fever dream. Like, it's crazy that y'all want to watch, want to support. Saik, thank you so much for the tier 1. You know, it means a lot to me. I don't know where I would be if I didn't have this, you know? I'm really happy that, like, y'all are so amazing. The community here is so good. Makes it fun to come back to and fun to stream, and, you know, y'all support each other and make it what it is. 70-30 confirmed for 1 year, at least. Fuck yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Partisan! Holy shit. Partisan with the 10 gifted. The 10 bomb. Let's fucking go. And we got 2 gifted subs and a bonus gifted sub. Let's go.
After about 30 minutes, the bus arrived at
Time for your right-wing grift? Oh, yeah. Alright, this ACAP shit is over, dude. Thank you, Cheesy Bread, for the 10 tier 1s. And then we got the 2 gifted extras. Let's fucking go. Thank you, guys.
Since it was for people entering Palestinian territory, there was not any documentation check, and we were able to just walk right through the one-way entrance.
Afro-altruism, thank you for gifting Colt.
Afro-altruism gifted a tier 1 sub to Cultivize.
Once I was Bethlehem, I
All
was
cops are
surrounded by
beautiful,
hustle and
yeah.
bustle, and I was touted to by many taxi drivers.
Yes, brother, taxi.
No, I'm going to the hotel. I can walk. I'm just going to the Bank's hotel. No, it's very close.
Guided by a kind Palestinian guy that I met on the bus, I headed to the city center.
What's your name?
My name's Khala.
Hello.
From Bethlehem.
I'm Wes.
This is so cool.
Hi. How are you? It already feels very different from the Israel side.
Different how?
After walking a few minutes from the checkpoint, I could already spot a part of the separation wall. To be honest, it was quite jarring to see the looming 8-foot concrete wall, lined with watchtowers, cameras, and barbed wire. It presents services to highlight the severity of the
By the way,
punishment.
everybody got gifted a sub. You can thank Cult of Eyes for all your beautiful emotes. All of the new emotes we got in the chat. Hopefully we can pull Colt back over to our side. He's been making emotes for Bill Boneless lately. But we need you back, Colt. We need a Cinemark's raid. We need Cinemark's raid, and we need so many others.
Situation and the reality of those who live within
Yeah,
its
our emote art's really good already. Colt's great.
The wall is covered with a message.
They got Rick and Morty on the fucking Palestine apartheid wall. What the fuck? What does it say? Why?
And graffiti.
Who put Rick and Morty on there? Who put him on there?
Many of which are dedicated to the political situation between Israel and Palestine. Some were fascinating, and others were just depressing and thought-provoking.
Oh yeah, Colt.
Israel calls the wall a security barrier against terrorism, while Palestinians call the wall apartheid or racial segregation wall. Indeed, the war had drastically affected the lives of Palestinians, particularly those who live in close proximity to
Ew,
it.
it's an Australian graffiti artist that did it. Ew. Burp. Marty, welcome to Burp, Palestine. We gotta solve the burp whole goddamn Middle East crisis. Ew. I hate it. Ew, really bad taste. Not artful at all. You're just literally ripping somebody else's design. How is this your art? What a hack. What a hack. Look, Morty, I turned myself into an illegal border wall. I'm a legal border wall Rick. Is this the same guy? This guy's a fucking hack. It's marginally better, but... Dude.
Communities that were formerly able to easily access major nearby cities, such as Jerusalem, Ramallah, Hebron, and others, now face restrictions in movement and need to be granted permits by the Israel military and navigate checkpoints in order to complete what was once a simple journey. Although nowadays Bethlehem is well known for the
Morgan Freeman? Wait, what? What? Why do they have Morgan Freeman next to a Nelson Mandela quote? What? Okay, we need to stop. Maybe they should not let white people into Palestine anymore. Maybe we should like stop it. What the fuck is going on?
Though nowadays Bethlehem is well known for the political street art. The person who turned the wall into a vast canvas for the first time was a world-renowned British street artist.
Only Palestinians
Banksy
should be allowed to draw and write on this. What the fuck?
Since 2005, he has been painting not only the separation wall, but also random souvenir shops or gas station walls in the city.
It's bigger than I thought. How did he paint this?
In addition, Banksy opened the Walled Up Hotel in 2017, right in front of the separation wall.
Banksy saw the apartheid wall and was like, now this is some interesting real estate. I need to start a hotel.
A lot of Banksy's artwork deals with controversial and political themes, and this hotel is no different. The lobby is open to non-guests as well, and that in itself is worth a visit. On the ground floor, a museum commemorates 100 years since the British took control of Palestine and helped kickstart a century of confusion and conflict. The apparent space is filled with fascinating artworks, most of which refer not so subtly to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
This is white guilt shit. It's actually like not. Like I think if you had guilt, you wouldn't do this. If you had shame, if you were like aware of your whiteness in this space, you would not be opening a hotel and charging a bunch of money for people to stay here. You know? Like, it's glamorizing it, mythologizing it. Yeah, I mean, which glamorizing it, yes, no is wrong. I don't know. I just feel like it's just bad. Like, there's so many other ways that you can encourage people to travel to Gaza or the West Bank, you know? Like, if that's what you want, if his goal is to, like, you know, get more people to understand the conflict and like travel to the West Bank, then there's better ways to do it than like starting this like kitschy like art hotel that's probably really expensive and like, I don't know, man.
There are 4 types of rooms at the Banksy Hotel. I booked a budget room for $70 per night.
I'm sorry. So it's a hostel that's $70 2 years ago? And you just get a bed? You don't get any privacy. It's a bunk bed and you're in a room with 9 other people probably?
The room is a
I thought
dormitory.
hostels are supposed to be free? No, most of them are not free, but definitely cheaper than this.
The surplus Israeli army barrack materials.
Yeah, not free, but cheap, yeah.
From the window of any room, you can only see the Israeli controversial wall, which is why it's called the hotel with the worst view in the world. There is also a gallery showcasing the work of prominent Palestinian artists, who are oftentimes restricted from traveling abroad to exhibit their art.
The hotel gates have a free entry to the museum, so let's go check it out.
The little museum was my favorite part of the hotel, which the staff suggested visiting when I checked in. At its entrance, there is a life-size 3-dimensional mechanically controlled figure of Arthur Balfour positioned behind the desk, signing the Declaration of 1917. Inside, the separation wall is well explained and illustrated. The many different restrictions on movement are clarified, and the entire scene of the history of the region comes to life. Unfortunately, filming was not allowed inside, but it was a great place to learn what is really going on in this part of the world.
It's kind of interesting.
In the evening, I was about to go out for dinner when I heard some bad news. The hotel staff said 4 Palestinians were killed during an Israeli raid, and some people are protesting.
The hotel staff told me that there's a strike in the city today, and it seems to be pretty intense. But they told me that I can still walk around, so that's what I'm doing. But if I feel any danger, I stop filming and just go back to the hotel.
When I was
Oh,
walking
cooler.
around,
Merry
I
Christmas.
didn't feel unsafe, but there is one unusual thing.
Yeah, this is also what the hotel staff told me. It seems like all the restaurants are closed because of that strike. I think I'm gonna get food at the hotel tonight.
The meal at the hotel was amazing, but I didn't expect to feel so much tension on my very first day in Palestinian territory. The next day, I explored the city center more, and I got a chance to talk with a local Palestinian guy who told me a lot about the real Palestinians' lives there. This video is gonna end here, but I'm gonna share that experience with you in another video. If you're interested in learning more about Palestine in my Behind the Wall series, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the upcoming videos. Thank you for
I mean, this is what it's like in Bethlehem, where Jesus was born, and Christians are silent. If anything around, if you can generalize the Christian response in general, it would be Zionist. It would be in support of this.
for watching. See you in the next video.
Make hummus, not walls. Don't sell that to Ethan Klein. Okay? Chill with that.
Now this here is Tyler.
Okay, chat, we got a new Vince Vintage is going after Tyler Oliveira. Oh, fuck yes. Oh, yes. You know we hate Tyler Oliveira. My nemesis. Okay? We hate this guy. Have you heard of the documentary called Christspiracy? No, I haven't. We fucking hate this guy, and we hope I hope he got coal for Christmas. He's on my naughty list, and I've checked it twice, motherfuckers. Okay? I've checked it twice, and this guy's naughty as fuck. And Vince Vintage is about to deliver him his coal, baby. Okay?
Tyler Oliveira, YouTuber turned investigative journalist. With 7 million subscribers, Tyler's had quite a bit of impact on the world, with hit videos such as cat-eating Haitians in Springfield, Ohio, or neo-Nazis uprising in Germany.
I haven't seen this video. What the fuck? He made an AFD video?
Investigative work into hot-button political situations reaches hundreds of millions of people. Now, while Tyler claims his videos raise awareness of the problems in our world,
we are informing people about current events, topics that the broader public needs to be aware of,
and that he's YouTubified news and journalism.
We've YouTubified traditional news and documentarian content.
And while his fans state,
did you see the 4-minute short film about how Santa was the CEO shooter? No.
That Tyler's one of the greatest journalists of our time, that he's
unbiased,
a searcher for the truth.
Yeah, dude, this is the worst fucking part of this. Is even on the comments, people are like, "Oh well, Tyler Oliveira, he's just asking questions." It's like, no, dude, he's not just asking questions. Do you remember his Haiti video? Do you remember that shit? Oh my god. He would go around asking everybody, "Do you eat cats?" And they would all just laugh at him in his face. And then he would talk to one clearly, visibly racist white guy with like 2 teeth. And you'd be like, "Oh, this is the truth? Wow." So disgusting.
I'm here to tell you today that this is all a big lie. In my opinion, Tyler pushes hoaxes for truth, dehumanizes people for clicks and views, and manufactures fake videos to sell to hundreds of millions of people as hard-hitting journalism. In my opinion, Tyler only throws gasoline on the problems in America, all in the name to get clicks and views. Today, we are going to expose who Tyler Oliveira really is. Because whether you're left-leaning, right-leaning, you like Tyler, you hate him, I think everyone can agree that a lie is bad. And when those lies are pushed to hundreds of millions of people as the unbiased truth, I would say there's a little bit more than just a problem. Now, normally I don't make exposed videos, but after me and Tyler got into a little Twitter spat, it led me down a rabbit hole of his content that I thought was so twisted and sick that I thought the entire world should know about it. And I'm so surprised that all of this stuff I'm going to talk about has never been mentioned before on.
Wait, really? Is he actually going to drop some good shit, chat? Or is this kind of like hype? I hope he actually has some, like, actually compromising. I hope he has some good shit, dude. Because this guy deserves the worst. I know, I want to fucking feast on this motherfucker, dude.
Now, I'm not going to talk about Tyler's drama with Soft White Underbelly, Brent Riviera, the Las Vegas Tunnel people. Everything in this video is newfound stuff that I've discovered.
Thank you for the tier 2. I appreciate you.
So, before we get going, Tyler, I am not trying to cancel you.
I dream of people come for the cancellation. Bring it. Please cancel me. Please.
I'm not trying to take you off the platform. I'm not even going to call you a racist, a Hitler, Tyler Hitlevera.
I think when you start throwing around the R word, the conversation becomes a lot more difficult.
I'm just going to call you for what you really are.
With the R word? Like the ableist one? Or the sexual assault one?
A liar.
Oh, so he means racist. Republican, yeah, that one.
Today, let's discover who Tyler Oliveira really is. Now, Tyler's journalism consists of...
I don't say the ableist one. For sure. Wait, what? He has a few hits. Honestly, wasn't that impressed though. Anything bad about this guy's good. Like if you watch one of his videos and can't tell it's horribly racist shit, you're already too lost and you won't listen to any of these arguments. Yeah, it's true, but I don't know. I want him to crash and burn so hard, dude. I want the worst. I want the worst for Tyler. I really, really do. As somebody who's worked in travel, like I've made this content, he is not good at it. He's not good at it in any metric. He's not good technically. He's dumb. He has nothing interesting to say. It's so fucking... This is not a weed pen. It's just a finger spinny pen. It was in my stocking. A little fidget spinner.
Hot button political situations, talking to both sides, and always coming to the conclusion that whatever city he's in, it's ending all of a sudden. That it's the worst place he's ever seen. Now, these videos are seen by hundreds of millions of people. People actually take these in.
Not really.
This is all just a...
No, they're not. You're showing the view count right there. They're not seen by hundreds of millions of people. Why would you say that?
Facade. Now let's go to his video, Oakland, where every crime is legal. Now, this video consists of Tyler going to Oakland, California, talking all about the car break-ins and how they've gone up 50 million% or whatever it is.
This is Oakland, California.
The owner of this property is not responsible for any theft or vandalism. The owner of this property is not responsible for
lawlessness, crime, homelessness, police giving up.
And the whole video essentially boils down to, if you come to Oakland, your car will get broken into. So just keep that in mind. Now, in the beginning of the video, we see Tyler at a gas station, and we can hear overhead this audio playing.
The owner of this property is not responsible for any theft or vandalism.
Now, if you're at a gas station and they're playing that overhead, it's got to be pretty bad with the car break-ins. So we see Tyler vlogging around, and then we see the next shot of this Kia. And if we look on the dash, you can see a PS5 with the PS5 controller. Why would someone leave a PS5 on their dash at the gas station where they're overhead playing? Your car is going to get broken into.
Yeah.
But let's continue on. Now, in the next shot, we see the same Kia. And if we look on the dash, we can see that same PS5 and the controller. Now, why would Tyler be filming this from far away? Maybe Tyler was trying to bait someone into breaking into this car.
The funny thing is that people probably didn't even break into the car because that is so obviously bait. And like people can identify a bait car. Like, yeah, people, like cops put those in neighborhoods all the time. You know? I don't think that people would touch that.
Like a crazy theory. How can you know that that's Tyler's car? Well, later on in this video, Tyler gets a parking ticket.
While the police may not do anything if you break into someone's car, commit Grand Theft Auto, steal an ATM, or beat and rob an old lady on the street, if you park on the side of the street and don't pay the meter, you will be fined and punished.
We got a $61 parking ticket.
And he complains that, wow, people could break into cars and do drugs, but I get a parking ticket. If you look at that parking ticket a little closer.
Uh-oh. Black Kia? Black Kia? Oh.
License plate that is on the car at the gas station. So Tyler went to the store, bought a PS5, put it on the dash, left his car out, and hid out in a little bush trying to capture someone breaking into his car. Tyler is baiting someone into breaking into his car to try to capture it on footage. Because what would make the ultimate footage for Tyler? Oh my god, I went to Oakland, California, and the break-ins are so bad that my car got broken into. And clearly, no one broke into it because who would be dumb enough? Clearly looks like some kind of cops operation shit. This is like levels of like faking a prank video times 10. But when you're trying to pass this off as actual news footage, on the ground journalism, I would say that's not some.
I forgot that he was on Fox News. I forgot that he actually was like on TV. I hate our lives, dude. I hate the world we live in. America is such a fucking garbage country, dude. Holy fuck. What a shithole.
What
an absolute shithole.
And after catching this right here, it really made me think, could I seriously trust anything in Tyler's videos? Is this something that a investigative journalist would do, leave a PS5 in one of the highest car breaking areas in the fucking country? I don't think so. Like, what the fuck? Like, and Tyler still used this footage. That's what blows my mind. And didn't think anyone would find this. Like, look at that. It is a PS5 combo package deal with the controller on the dash. How fucking dumb are you? Like, Tyler went to Best Buy and was considering, like, should I just get the PS5? No, I should get the PS5 and the controller.
Yeah, well, they're going to want a controller. Yeah, I would never steal just a PS5. I need a controller, too.
Into a car for the controller as well. So, throughout the rest of this video, just think about this. This is how far Tyler's willing to go to make a good story.
We've YouTubified traditional news and documentarian content,
yeah,
basically.
No, you haven't.
Like, you bought the controller. Why would you buy the controller as well? So let's go to Tyler's video, Oakland, where every crime is legal. Now, Tyler's videos start out with him flying to the place, checking it out, talking to both sides, and he'll intersperse news clips or relevant news footage of these events happening in that city.
With 1 of every 30 residents having their cars stolen last year, a 38% increase in robberies, 23% increase in burglaries, and 44% increase in motor vehicle theft.
Because frankly, when Tyler goes to these places, it's not as bad as he always wants it to be. So by Tyler showing all these news clips, it could seem way worse than what it really is. Now, Tyler is passing this along as actual information, that this is actually how the city is. Now, these news clips are always from the city. That
the PS5 is more expensive.
Or are they? In this Oakland video, Tyler brings along this prestigious...
actually, it's probably the same.
I met up with Bay Area native and investigative journalist Darren Stallcup to hit the streets and see what's really going on in Oakland.
Tyler shows clips of him going on Fox News, that he's been all around town investigating the homeless crisis within Oakland, California. Now, this guy isn't a journalist. He's actually a used car salesman who pulled a $7,000...
Wait, I wonder if he'll mention this, but the guy who he also talks to in San Francisco, and Channel 5 talked to him too. This guy who's also frequenting Fox News viewer or like he goes on Fox News to talk about how terrible San Francisco is. I forget what his name is, but I actually had him as a waiter at a restaurant last time I was in San Francisco. And then I saw him on all those videos, and he recently got arrested for prostitution, for like being a pimp, for like human trafficking prostitution, not like being a John, for being a pimp.
GoFundMe scam a couple months earlier.
I talk
wonder
a lot
if he'll
about
mention
my
that.
characters in my videos.
Yo, Cat Abu, W Cat.
Posted one that was so lazy. I'm honestly kind of impressed. This guy, Darren Mark Stallcup, is trying to raise $10,000 to move from the Tenderloin neighborhood of San Francisco to another neighborhood in San Francisco.
I'm currently looking at the Chinatown neighborhood, but I'm open to other districts as well.
And it's actually working. I looked into this guy a little more, and he has another GoFundMe also for $10,000, but this one is trying to achieve world peace. So either world peace is like a lot cheaper than I thought, or
Nice, dude. Wait, can you guys give me $10,000? I'll give world peace. I'll do world peace.
and far more likely, he just wants $10,000.
But let's continue on. So the used car salesman's riding around with Tyler, and all of a sudden he brings up how he's seen kids as young as 7 years old walking around with guns in Oakland. Now that sounds pretty wild. Tyler then shows this news clip on screen.
I don't know why we're being followed when there's no doubt criminal activity left, right, and center.
A lot of the kids have guns now, so when I'm walking around, I'm not looking for some 25-year-old guy with a gun.
Watch out for 13-year-olds out here.
I'm looking for 7-year-olds with guns.
So when the reporter brings up kids with guns in Oakland, Tyler
I'm looking for 7-year-olds with guns. Bro.
That we're led to believe is from Oakland. Because frankly, Tyler doesn't see the kids with guns, so he's got to show news clips to prove that this is actually happening. But what if I was to tell you that this news clip he shows as evidence isn't from Oakland, but from Miami, Florida, 2 years ago?
Of course.
But Tyler passes it off as this is what's happening in Oakland. Even though we can't see the kids with guns, we'll just take his word for it. Teen in trouble. Sounds really bad. But let's continue on. Maybe this is just a little mistake. So Tyler and Darren are talking to a business owner, and they bring up all of the machine guns that are in Oakland, and that's why crime is up. It is so horrible up there. Oakland is so bad that people have machine guns and they're walking around. Mind you, it's California. Like, the gun laws are insane here. And then Tyler shows this clip. A scary black man with machine gun manhunt in the corner.
I believe it's necessary for law-abiding citizens to have the means and capability to defend themselves. As you know, all the criminals out here have guns, so I have no problem with you. And I actually feel safer.
Machine guns?
And we're led to believe this is actually happening in Oakland. But this clip isn't from Oakland. It's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Once again, Tyler is literally making shit up to push a narrative. And this is in nearly every video Tyler releases. Let's go to Tyler's video where he goes to Memphis, the most violent city in America. In the beginning, Tyler shows this clip of two scary black men robbing a car in a gas station, and we're led to believe this is from Memphis.
This is Memphis, the most violent city in America.
But it's not. It's from Chicago PD, and Tyler even goes out of his way to cut out the Chicago PD in the upper left-hand corner. So Tyler deliberately knew what he was doing. Now, normally I wouldn't really care about this type of thing, but Tyler is using all of these violent images and video to pass off a narrative that these places that he visits are so horrible. And it's really being used to just make up shit about the city, because frankly, it's not as bad as he wants it to be. And when you're at the point of having to use random news footage to sell off this narrative, I would say that's not really the unbiased truth or investigative journalism. But it doesn't end there with Tyler. In his video, I investigated the gun violence capital of America, aka Chicago, Tyler shows this clip when the man's talking about petty theft in Chicago.
But all the crime down here is just like petty theft, breaking into cars, go to certain neighborhoods.
Now, petty theft is non-violent, theft that is under $500. It isn't some burglary or mugging or whatever. But while this guy's talking about petty theft, Tyler then shows this clip.
Yo, Solio!
Disprove the guy, like, wow.
Solio, thank you for the tier 1.
Wow, he's talking about petty theft, but clearly there's 4 black men robbing a car in the middle of Chicago. That sounds pretty wild. But once again, this clip isn't from Chicago. It's from Houston, Texas, 4 years ago. I can do this all day long. Tyler makes up shit to fit his narrative. And when that narrative is...
How is this kind of disinfo not illegal, or is it? No, there's no laws against disinformation, first off. There are like community guidelines on some of these platforms like YouTube, but poorly enforced, and also definitely not enforced against the right wing. You know, like Tyler Oliveira's videos will never be suppressed by any kind of like anyone, because this shit is fucking. This shit is actually fucking useful. This shit is useful to the capitalists. Like, this is justifying all of the right shit that all of the nasty shit that they want to do. These kind of narratives are critically important. Also, like, don't you think it was a little sus that, like, you know, the Haiti story broke? Like, JD Vance started talking about that place in Ohio, Springfield, Ohio, right? And then like the Haitians and shit, and like literally Tyler Oliveira was posting videos, like edited videos, the day that shit was like popping off. Like, he was already there making that story. Nobody else thought that was like sus. Like, that was to me when I was like, oh, there's some kind of like coordination going on here. Like these narratives that keep popping up, whether it be about like Olympic boxers or, you know, the migrant, you know, the Aurora, Colorado one, the Springfield, Ohio one, like these kind of narratives becoming so ever present, they're everywhere all of a sudden, all at once. Like it's just like really coordinated to me. And it feels to me like something like that Elon would be behind. Like, you know, he obviously clearly understands the desire. Do you think history will be kind to creators like Tyler? No. I mean, do we look back well on that fucking racist piece of shit that made Birth of a Nation? You know, like, no. Do we look back on like Hugo Boss like designing for the fucking Nazis as like a good thing? Like, no.
Is being used as the unbiased truth or journalism, I would say that's pretty bad.
Guys, Tyler Oliveira is played in the White House. If he hasn't already been, he will be under Trump. Okay, there are definitely people in the Biden administration, I would bet, that watch this fucking guy. I'm not even joking.
Opinion. But let's just continue on. Or let's go to Tyler's video. I investigated the murder capital of America, New Orleans. Now, Tyler's talking about living a life of crime, and he shows this clip on screen.
A lot of people die due to gun violence. With murders happening every day, countless kids are left without strong parental figures, get raised by the streets, live a life of crime, have a few...
Wow, a black man just shooting someone...
You leave the New York in there?
In the middle of the day? Oh my god, New Orleans is absolutely horrible. But that clip literally says it's from New York. That is how lazy Tyler is with this content. He is just
he is incredibly lazy.
Violent imagery, putting it in his videos and trying to sell it off as this is the truth.
Oh yeah, Barron Trump definitely watches him.
Inform and entertain, and hopefully do all three at once, or boots on the ground, as they say, balls deep, trenches thick.
Is this really what a journalist would do? Let's go to Tyler's Sweden video. Sweden, inside the country that pays immigrants $34,000 to leave. Now in this video, Tyler's interviewing a Muslim activist, and Tyler asked the question, is Islam's values maybe not compatible with...
Wait, how do we know Barron watches that? What do you mean? Watches Aiden? We know he watches Aiden and like Nelk Boys, and like that. Barron was like one of the driving people behind Trump getting on all those podcasts and going on Aiden's stream and shit like that. For sure. Yeah.
Sweden?
Islam conflict with Swedish society and Swedish law?
And while the lady goes into Islam and all these other countries, but when Tyler goes to the part of her talking about Islam in Sweden, Tyler shows this video on screen.
The way someone see Islam in Afghanistan or in Somalia or in Iran or in Sweden is obviously different.
And we're led to believe, wow, while this lady is talking about Islam being peaceful, they are protesting. Oh my god, and there's an ISIS flag. Clearly that isn't just a peaceful protest that they have ISIS flags in Sweden. But once again, this clip isn't from Sweden. It's from motherfucking Malaysia. And I could do this all goddamn day long, Tyler. It's nearly in all of your videos you are passing this off as the truth. Because frankly, when Tyler goes to these places, it's not as bad as he wants it to be.
Just trying to get like some views on social media. So do you have some idea, or do you want to get detained for obstruction?
I mean, you can detain me, but am I under arrest? And if so, for what charges?
Harassment.
You're gonna arrest me right now?
Said you're being detained, sir.
Whoa. That's, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Are you going to identify yourself or not?
Okay, I'm on public property.
Are you going to identify
You can't strong arm me.
Yes or no?
We're going to court over this if you want.
And once again, I would just, let me be clear. Is this what a
Wait, I haven't seen that video.
investigative journalist would do?
I haven't seen that video. Warm Cup, come on, man. Genuinely, Warm Cup. Here, listen. If you're serious, like I shout out smaller streamers all the fucking time. I am so generous with my shit. If you didn't just come in here and like try to steal my viewers, and you like reached out to me, or even you can go to my Discord. You know, we have a self promo channel in my Discord. There's so many ways I would support you, but like this is just scummy, and so I'm gonna ban you. You know what I mean? Like this is like a kind of a scummy thing to do. Best of luck on your channel. Good luck playing violin, but like, what? Come on. Next time you could go into a different streamer. Actually, try to be a part of the community. That's good. Being a community leader, best way to be a leader of a community is to be a good member of a community. And then you can start your own. That's how I did. But that's not the way to go about it. Just giving you advice.
They're so lazy with the content that they make that they're just throwing in random news clips of, as we've seen right now, only black guys committing crimes, all to amplify the video and make it seem as horrible as possible. Is that what a journalist would do? I don't think so. Now, I know Tyler is intentionally doing this because I've backchecked a lot of his videos, and a lot of the news clips are from the city that Tyler's in. And
yeah,
these
whatever.
are just the
I don't care.
I found. But trust me, it takes a hell of a lot of time trying to back source like where these news clips are from, especially when Tyler doesn't show the title or link any sources in his videos. So this is just a few that I found. I can't even imagine how many more there are. Now, beyond using random news clips as actual evidence of all of these cities falling apart, what about the other lies Tyler has?
Oh yeah, it's not crazy. He is just a racist. Like, that is the most obvious thing about him, is that he is incredibly fucking racist.
Now let's go to his one video. Tyler investigates the murder capital of the world, Jamaica. Now, Tyler makes it a point that it is so dangerous here. It's the murder capital of the world.
Jamaica's awesome.
The murder capital of the world.
I'm sorry. I traveled deep in Jamaica, okay? For like 2 weeks. No resorts. Like, we were just like in Jamaica, like in the streets of Kingston. And like, dude, that place fucking rules, man. Jamaica is so awesome.
So that's a big
I love Jamaica. It was one of my favorite places I've ever traveled in the world. I remember we watched this video on stream, and it pissed me the fuck off.
So he has to hire a local guide to protect him and show him around. Now, walking around the town, Tyler says this.
I'm going over the farm.
The farm?
The farm. That is that farm.
Right over there.
Yeah, we can go over there. Come.
Well, my guide was nowhere in sight.
yeah, I
First thought I was setting myself up to get robbed.
Oh yeah, we smoked hella weed.
Full tour of the community with unexpected hospitality.
All right, we're visiting the garden right now. A little baby young mango. Is this where you make the juice?
So I'm thinking, oh my god, Tyler's gonna get murdered. Tyler's in the murder capital of the world.
How would we reduce this kind of content? I mean, I think we should be like, I'm not shy of calling this shit out. Like, you know, I think we should be using our platforms to tell people exactly what he is and who he is a piece of shit racist. But we still make our own. I mean, if you guys don't know, I worked for Best Ever Food Review Show for a very long time. I was the cinematographer, you know, as the channel was like really popping off, and we had a very strict ethical like guidelines for that show that like I helped to develop. And it was like as granular as like, you know, we don't film people who are like suffering. Like there's enough images of these countries and people who are like destitute and suffering and like, you know, poor and sad and like things that are meant to inspire pity, you know, like there's enough of that in the world. If you want that, you can find it, go get it. I'm not making that kind of content. My content, the videos that I shot were all like celebrating their culture, showing them being happy, you know, like showing them enjoying their lives. Like, and I think that's a way more true representation of how these people live. I also just think it's fucking disgusting to like go to a country. You're going to a country. You don't know anything about it. Okay? How you cannot make any kind of declarative statement about this country by being there for 2 or 3 weeks. Man, that's not how this shit works. Like, you got to know what you don't know. You have to understand that what you don't know, you know, like acknowledge that you don't know shit. Even if you have a bad experience in a country, if it's not a fun time or whatever, you can't be like, oh, well, that's the whole country. I'm never going to go. Like, I'm just going to tell everybody this place sucks or whatever. It's like, I'm never going to be like arrogant enough to be like, oh yeah, I understand everything about this place. Like, fuck you. Okay, people are asking, so here's my reel. Let's see if we can get it in 1080.
Stop the Teamster trucks from going in, which means the shoot cannot proceed.
Oh, Sniffin, thank you for the tier 2. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's my reel. Oh yeah, you like my lighting for interviews? That's something I got really good at the past few years.
Oh my god.
I'm also like building I was spending a lot of money on lights. So I have like a good lighting kit now for the first time. Oh, great. Thank you guys. Yeah, I appreciate it. You're hired? I'm not. In fact, I'm not. In fact, I'm leaving LA because I can't afford to live there anymore. And I want to invest in just streaming for now. Get out of this industry. Oh, you damn. The ad started in the middle of that? That sucks. The fact is that unless you're just a bigoted prick when you travel and expose yourself to other countries and cultures, really the only thing you come away with is that regardless of our surface differences, we're more alike than we are different, that humans everywhere want the same things. Yes, I do agree with you. Like, yes, 100%. People are more the same than they are different everywhere. Like, that's so true. And it seems counterintuitive, like, because obviously when you're traveling, you're noticing all the differences. But if you look closer, everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's just the same. We're just humans. Like,
gonna get robbed seems pretty bad. But let's watch this interaction from a different angle.
Is this where you
we're not even sure yet. Cauldron.
Thank you. Oh, so this is what we just tried.
Oh, okay. That's Tyler's cameraman. That's clearly the same thing going on. Where's this camera angle from?
It's from the travel company.
It's almost like his guide was right there and took this footage, but Tyler had to sell it off, is that his guide was nowhere to be
What
seen.
makes you want to get away from cinematography? I just can't. I'm not getting hired anymore. Simple as. Like, the film industry in LA is just like, it's just like, it's disaster. It's collapsed over the last 2 years. It started over the strike and it got worse. It's never gotten better. It's never recovered. It's only gotten worse. Over and over again. So I'm just not getting calls. And I mean, also, like, streaming has been really fucking cool. So I haven't been like investing in it, you know. If I wasn't streaming, I would be putting more time. I would be waking up every morning and like applying to I would be doing the hustle. And because I have, you know, this platform and I have streaming, and I'm so lucky to have fucking 350 people in here, you know, like that. Dude, do you understand how fucking lucky I am? Like, this shit is not something you just like half-ass. In my opinion, I want to give this my full attention and like try as hard as I can and keep delivering really high quality content, you know. I feel I do not take it for granted. It's something I have to constantly like work at and earn, and, you know, make sure you guys are fed, you know, and you're happy. I mean, and also, like, I don't know. I don't talk about this very often, but I don't think it's really like that big of a deal. I can't like think of any specifics. I have no evidence to back this up, but I don't think that my public like facing politics and my personality is with regards to politics in Gaza and all of that stuff. I don't think that's something that like brands look fondly on. You know. Yeah, it's not helping. Like, so. And I think streaming in that same respect, you know, like I have more direct confirmation on that. Words, thank you so much for the Prime.
More Oreo.
You know, I used to work for Off-Brand, and now Off-Brand is totally dead. So everybody there is jobless, but they stopped hiring me after they found out I streamed. So I think streaming is scary for brands to want to, or for like companies to want to associate with. You know, they don't know me. They don't know that they can trust me. Like, they don't know that I'm not gonna like come out and just like say a bunch of bullshit and like, you know, be mean and stuff on my platform. They haven't told me that directly to me, but there was like a moment after the first. They're totally gone now, so I don't feel bad saying this, but there's a moment after the Streamer Awards that I filmed, which is not this Streamer Awards, but the one in February, like earlier this year. I filmed that Streamer Awards, and like somebody in Cutie chat sent her a clip of my channel, and this was back when I got like 30 viewers. Like, I was so small back then, but somebody somehow sent a clip from my stream to Cutie, and she like watched it on her stream, and she was like, "Wait, why is the camera operator streaming?" And like went to text somebody. And like was like texting for a little bit, and then like continued doing her react and stuff. I was like, oh, she probably just texted my boss. And it was like, you know, and I never heard from them again. So it's like, okay, well, whatever. It was not a hard decision for me. If they were to ask me, hey, would you rather stream or work with us? I would definitely choose streaming. Like, you know, like that's not a choice to me, you know. Wait, why did Cutie do that? I mean, it's just like drama. I think they just don't want drama. They don't want people to like go on stream and like make drama to get more viewership and like, you know, shit on them. I had nothing but good things to say about Off-Brand and Cutie. Like the whole experience of me shooting Streamer Awards was incredibly positive. Everybody I worked with was amazing. Like, you know. But I mean, they hired me based on my own bona fides. It was like they hired me as a camera operator. I didn't like mention that I was streaming or anything. And honestly, when I first worked with them, I wasn't really streaming. Like, I was a very like small streamer, you know.
Murder. While my guide was nowhere in sight, I first thought I was setting myself up to get robbed.
It's okay. She's posted on other job postings, like for like a personal assistant or something like that. I think before she posted, and she was like, you know, she's posted and been like no streamers, like that she didn't want streamers to apply for like a personal assistant, which I understand. No, guys, it's really not. No. Don't think of it that way. I'm speculating too. You're right. Megatechnics is right. She could have just been texting unrelated. But the facts are I never got called by Off-Brand after that. And they were stoked about my work. Like it was not a like, you know what I mean? It's not something that it wasn't like my performance that was a problem. I don't know.
Vlog of their entire day, and the guide was there the entire time. Tyler wasn't walking on his own about to get murdered. That was all just made up.
While my guide was nowhere in sight, I first thought I was setting myself up to get robbed.
And this is just something where it's so small.
No, exactly, Malrish.
Why do you have to lie about this?
I understand. I don't really hold it against them.
Capital of the
world.
world.
Is what it is.
Like, really, Tyler's dissing the guy that he's doing a horrible job and just left and disappeared. But he's right there. He is right there filming this footage from a different angle. You were literally just making shit up to just sell a narrative. That this place is absolutely the most despicable thing you've ever seen. Now, if he's willing to lie about something so small like this, to just really just amplify the violence and the crime in here, when he clearly doesn't see it around him, what else would Tyler lie about? Now, later on in this video, Tyler's walking around Jamaica in a clearly peaceful looking town, and he's asking all of these people, how bad is the crime here? Am I gonna die if I walk around here? And clearly, no one's buying into it.
You think we'll die today?
No, not today.
Not today?
Not today. Today's a good day.
And that's not what he wants to hear. He has to amplify the violence and the crime of where he's at. So while Tyler's looking around, he sees this truck and he says this.
This is what you're talking about. There's bullet holes on that thing. We saw a beryllium truck. That's the equivalent of one of the trucks in the U.S. that carries the cash, which means that someone's probably planning to steal from it right now.
So there's bullet holes on the truck, and that means someone's planning to steal it right now.
There's bullet holes on that thing, which means that someone's probably planning to steal from it right now.
That's how bad it is. People are robbing the cars. They're robbing the bank cars. That's how bad it is here. But let's look at that car a little bit closer. Oh, wow, it looks like it was just kind of scratched. Now, I had to look in this a little bit more. The company that owns this is called Beryllium. And Beryllium just bought out a company called Guardsman. Guardsman, they're all based in Jamaica, has red trucks. So would it really be that the car shot up with bullet holes and they're continuing to use it? Or that the car was red, they wrapped it black, and the car scraped against something and now it's there? Why do you have to lie about that? Why do you have to make up this insane narrative? Oh my god, there was a robbery.
Because he's scared. Because he's a little bitch boy. Tyler's a little bitch boy, and he's scared. He's racist, and that racism comes from fear. He's scared. He's scared. And so he's projecting this fear onto the place that he's at. Simple. It's so stupid and simple.
That didn't happen, Tyler. This is all he does in his videos. He goes around and he preponders at the crime in all of these horrible cities that he visits. Is that really journalism? Is that really this unbiased truth that you tell? Like these people in this video, the tour guide that you're with, he's just trying to live his life. He's trying to do better. But you come into his country and just absolutely shit on it for like 40 minutes. It's disgusting. I don't know how you could do that. In this guide, if you go on his YouTube channel...
Yeah, I'm actually interested to hear this guy's perspective, because I'm sure he's pissed off. Like if you're a travel agency, you work with a YouTuber because you want to bring people to your country. So this is going to do the opposite of that. Everybody who watches this, if they buy what he's saying, is just going to say, "Oh, I'll never go to Jamaica." So why the fuck would a travel company want to work with this guy? You know?
All of the comments from underneath his video where he hung out with you, Tyler, for 2 hours are like, I don't trust this guy. This guy's a snake. This guy made our place look so bad. And the guide is like trying to defend. He's like, no, Tyler's actually a good guy. He helped me get views and subscribers and stuff. And it's like, that's so disgusting that you're making this guy subtly, you know, you're not asking him to defend you, but essentially he's wanting to defend you because you did give him a little bit of clout. When you come into his country and just shit.
Nah, that's gross. That's whack for that guy. He shouldn't do that.
But it doesn't end there.
Should have more self-respect
and
pride for his country.
The street of all of the escorts, ladies of the nights walking around. And then Tyler sees this restaurant. And Tyler says this.
A lot of prostitutes out here. This is one of the hotels where the ladies get brought to have sex with the customers, the Johns. It is called the Pirate Ship Seafood Restaurant. I guess that's the front. Or Seafood Restaurant by day, prostitute brothel hotel at night.
Yeah, I remember this. I can't imagine. You should get sued for this. Like, you should get sued for this shit. This is somebody's business. You're just making shit up.
At first glance, but in actuality, people are getting banged in there for $15 US.
So Tyler just walking around, sees this restaurant and sees that the lights are on and assumes that, oh my God, that's where all the people are getting fucked in there, man. It's just fucking grimy. It's a brothel. It's the dirtiest place you've ever seen. Yeah, that's where it's happening at. Tyler, this is a Christian catering restaurant that does weddings. Why the fuck would you just make up a lie about this? For what? Like, what is the story that you're trying to tell? Oh, how shitty it is? I don't think you have to disparage a Christian catering restaurant.
Also, like, there aren't, like, people aren't fucking prostitutes in America. like what? Like, people aren't getting hotels and fucking prostitutes in America. Like, what does this communicate about anything? Yeah, there's sex work everywhere in the world. Like, okay, what now? So what?
And say it's a brothel. And the dumbest part about this is, like, you know, Tyler makes like two things. He's like, one, it's a brothel. Two, it's an actual restaurant. And then it's a brothel at night. Like, you can't just say like, oh, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Which, we're going to go into that later. That's a whole other can of worms. Either way, in that situation, it's a brothel. But you don't know that, Tyler. The thing is like, this is in a country where they're trying to rebuild. And you're just shitting on the people there for no reason. I'm surprised the guy didn't stop you and say, what the fuck are you talking about? You're literally just making this shit up. Why would you do this, Tyler? Oh, because you're trying to get clicks and views by making whatever area you're in the shittiest place ever.
We're informing people about current events, topics that the broader public needs to be aware of. And I don't even think we necessarily stand for something besides the search for truth and putting things out there on both sides, even if one of the sides is controversial or pisses someone off.
So let's go later on in this video. Now, Tyler's talking to some transsexual prostitutes and asking them all about the business, and you can see his guide right there. And then all of a sudden, two black guys come up to rob him.
Out of nowhere, two armed muggers came over to rob me and my cameraman and barely spared us only after recognizing Jamaica walk by as he yelled, "Bumbleclad" in the distance. They told us to turn the cameras off, and instead of robbing us, they agreed to be interviewed.
I remember this video.
Seems pretty scary. So these thugs let Tyler go withdraw cash from the ATM. They literally let them get in their car and go withdraw cash and then come back to the spot.
We're basically
pay them to interview them.
Right now in real time to where we have to go get some cash, or we run the risk of Fabian getting murdered and killed on the streets one day for conning them. Let's go get robbed.
And he's laughing at you.
Two guys that robbed you at knife point let you get in your car to go drive to the ATM while they stayed there, and then you come back with about $150 and then convince them to do an interview on camera when you're holding a $3,000 camera that you're filming all of this with. Who's gonna believe this, bro? Who would believe this? That really, you convinced the robbers to give you an interview. Yeah, Tyler, I'm convinced that some guy with a beer gut and a dulled off kitchen knife is, oh my God, they're gonna kill you. Tyler, if you really thought they were gonna kill you, wouldn't you just drive away? Why would you go to the ATM and then come back to try to get an interview? Like, what the fuck? fuck are you thinking, dude? Tyler even makes it a point to say, we didn't set this up, we didn't plan this.
So we have to get some cash right now because we spent all of our money interviewing prostitutes, not because we prearranged this, but because they were going to mug us.
Why would you say that? If you really were getting robbed at knife point, I don't know if you
like they didn't do it. What do you mean they were going to? And then what?
Robbed in 4K, bro. Oh, look at your gun. Look at your knife. How big it is, bro. There's no way that actually happened. Now, for this one, I don't have any hard evidence of this being fake, but considering that Tyler's willing to fabricate footage and just make up shit in his videos,
of course it's fake.
Asked them to.
If they wanted to mug him, why didn't they mug him? Like, what did he do to stop them from mugging him? Like, you understand, if they were muggers, they wouldn't. Like, Tyler doesn't have a say in whether or not he gets mugged. That's kind of the whole point. They didn't mug him. They are not muggers. Like, what are we doing?
This entire situation. But what about what Tyler doesn't tell you in his videos? That could be a little bit important too. Now, Tyler put out this video, I investigated if George Bush did 9/11. Fucking insane topic, but let's get into it. Now, Tyler says he meets up with a first responder on 9/11.
What if I talk to a first responder on 9/11 who was the New York Fire Commissioner? Let me introduce Chris Joya.
And we're led to believe, wow, this guy fought the fires on 9/11, but now he believes it was actually bombed, that it wasn't the planes. That guy sounds like he has a lot of credibility.
So it's impossible for a building to collapse near free fall speed and increase
without a controlled demolition.
But Tyler leaves out a couple little details. This guy isn't a firefighter. He's a construction worker who volunteered on 9/11. He's a volunteer firefighter.
Of course.
Tyler says he was there on 9/11.
They always are.
Talk to a first responder on 9/11.
The guy literally says he wasn't there until 4 days after.
You were on site that day.
I was working across the river doing my construction job, and then the fire department got called to duty to assist. Within a couple of days, we wound up down at ground zero.
But this is just small potatoes. Now, during this video, the man talks about the bombing, how they did it, but he doesn't reveal who did it, which would be a little bit important. Now, the man brings up these people did it.
These people that did it don't even care about that.
Who would these people be? While Tyler doesn't say in the video, nor does Chris Goya, we could go online to this man's organization, the Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. They currently have a federal lawsuit for believing that 5 dancing Israelis blew up.
Of course.
But Tyler just
fucking
leaves this information
course.
out. Because clearly, if we knew this guy believed Israel blew up the World Trade Center, we probably wouldn't.
No.
But I mean, it's all good. It's all in the
No. This guy's a Zionist. He doesn't have any beef with Israel. He thinks the Jews blew up 9/11. Okay, don't let them say Israel. Yes, he thinks he is an anti-Semite. Okay, he's a fucking anti-Semite. Don't even allow them to do this. No.
name of just a little bit of clicks and views, a fun little conspiracy video. And Tyler is so insidious in this video because he's literally leading you 99% of the conspiracy theory, but
you can say Zionist in the chat, by the way.
Tyler doesn't say. So for someone that gets invested in this, you're going to go all the way through, and then if you just go online, you could find out yourself. 5 dancing Israelis, the lawsuit is still happening. But what other details does Tyler leave out? Let's go to his video. I investigated the city where you legally must own a gun.
That's me turning myself into the police in Kennesaw, Georgia.
Yo, Lord of the Guys 420, thank you for the tier 1.
Where every head of household by law must own a gun. But does everyone here actually own a gun?
Now Tyler drives down to the town and says, I want to visit the antique store that has the law in writing.
After hearing from the people, I drove downtown to an antique store to see if I could find the law in writing.
So Tyler goes to the antique store, he sees the law in writing, he's talking with the shop owner, they go outside and smoke a cigarette, and then Tyler purchases a bag of assault rocks and a bunch of other items. So much stuff that Tyler needed a bag from this so-called antique store. But Tyler fails to mention some other items this antique store sells. Niglet repellent, a Niglet scalp, minstrel show outfits, and a rack of KKK uniforms worn by
Happy holidays.
Oh my god. Visensk, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits.
These are actual photos from inside the store. This isn't a antique store. This is a KKK memorabilia shop that Tyler passed off as a antique shop.
Oh my
now,
god.
Do you think supporting a store like this might come off as maybe a little bit racist? A store that literally sells Niglet repellent? I would say a little bit so. But Tyler specifically leaves this detail out because he knows it's bad. I mean, hell, he bought so much stuff.
Also, yeah, Vince, chill. Like, yeah. Stop saying it. Why did he say it twice? Yeah.
That he needed a bag to take out everything he bought. I mean, it's just a grand old time at the KKK store, right? He even shows a little freedom flag playing over the shop.
They're not real. They're just like
so the lady
racist
running the KKK store is now all of a sudden a freedom fighter with some shitty green.
They're just racist, like
Tyler,
kitschy shit,
good job.
dude.
Good job, buddy. Now, am I saying this is racist?
Wait, Sean has some very good and insightful comments about this store.
Niglet repellent. A Niglet scalp. Minstrel show outfit.
Making us listen to it again.
A rack of KKK uniforms worn by ex-members. These are actual photos from inside the store. This isn't a antique store. This is a KKK memorabilia shop that Tyler passed off as a antique shop. Now, do you think supporting a store like this might come off as maybe a little bit racist? A store...
I'm sorry, what?
I'm not shocked by this at all.
Honestly, that word is one of my favorite slurs, to be honest. It's so fun to say.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, Sean.
Sean.
No.
Oh my god.
But you could think for yourself. But the saga of the store doesn't end there. Now, in Tyler's next video, he interviewed the most racist man in America.
This is Harrison, Arkansas, and this is the headquarters of the KKK, causing the widespread rumor that Harrison is the most racist town in America. What would happen if me, a white guy, came down asking the same questions? Could I infiltrate the KKK? And will closet racists be more open to sharing their beliefs with me?
Now, Tyler drives down to the town and he tries to find...
With me, an out of the closet racist? Will the closet racists and the KKK be more comfortable with me, who's an out racist to millions of people on the internet?
Find this guy who's been in 20 other videos who has like KKK connections or whatever. Now, Tyler finds the man, sits down with him, and they're talking all about how much he hates black people and so on and so forth. And in the middle of the video, Tyler pulls out a little gift for the man. Now, Tyler said this man just appeared out of nowhere, that he wasn't planning on meeting him.
In all honesty, we were headed to the KKK.
No way.
I had no intention to meet you.
But he just had this gift ready to go. And that gift was the bag of assault rocks that he bought from the KKK store and gifted it to the most racist man in America.
We got an automatic assault rocks. That's kind of funny, right?
Oh, yes.
Do you really think supporting a KKK store and then gifting it to the most racist man in America is a great idea, Tyler? Like, what the f are you thinking? And Tyler was so proud of this moment that he took a picture with him and he posted it on Instagram and Twitter and even used two separate
Bro, with a big smile. Most feared presidential candidate of 2024, no context. He's just like, I'm so proud I met my hero. If I could only aspire to be as racist as you are.
And Tyler left this little fact out because he knew it would come across as bad. That he went into a KKK store, bought this rocks, and then gave it to the most racist man in America. Now, am I saying this is racist?
Yes, obviously.
But you gotta ask, where does Tyler get some of these jokes from? Let's go to his one video, inside the country that pays immigrants $34,000 to leave. Now, this whole video is about Muslims invading Sweden, and Tyler at the end of the video says this.
We should be asking ourselves, what is a society and culture willing to sacrifice of itself to accommodate those it welcomes? And is a kebab stand in every street corner worth sacrificing a country's entire culture?
And alongside in the thumbnail, Tyler has the word kebab right in the background. Now, when Tyler equates an entire ethnicity of people to a kebab stand, kebab, that's a reference to the popular meme, remove kebab, which if you don't know, is about the Bosnian military when they genocided 7,500 Muslims and—
What the fuck? I've never even heard of this. I know about the I know about the like
called Remove.
I know about the Bosnian genocide. But what? Remove kebab?
Kebab. And this song was played as the New Zealand church Christ shooter shot up
the Serbian
51
genocide,
Muslims in 2 different mosques. And even
Remove
called himself
kebab?
the Kebab Remover. So I don't know if equating an entire ethnicity of people to a kebab stand
Is a kebab stand in every street corner worth sacrificing a country's entire culture?
maybe comes off as a little bit racist. This is like saying, is a 7-Eleven stand in every street corner worth sacrificing an entire country's culture when I'm talking about Indian people? Tyler, that is a straight up dog whistle. Calling people, is it worth the kebab stand? Like, what the Or what about in Tyler's other videos? In this one, Tyler investigates the Venezuelan gangs invading Colorado. Now, inside, Tyler is in this apartment building.
Wait, what are you saying? Nobody can make the same observation that Islamic people like kebab? Islamic people? You mean like Indonesians? What do you mean by that? Without those observations being connected.
It's like falling apart, and he hears a smoke alarm chirp in the background, and Tyler says this.
It's been broken multiple times. You can hear the fire alarm that hasn't been changed. That's a meme.
Well, Tyler, where is that meme from? Oh, it's from 4chan, right here. New dog whistle just dropped. It also is a reference to memes like this. Wow, that is some racist ass shit. Now, the meme is basically that black people don't change their smoke alarms and that they're scared of them. Would a real journalist bring up a insanely racist meme and that when Tyler heard the smoke alarm chirp, that clearly meant that black people live inside of the building? It's all a big meme, bro. Now to Tyler, this apparently is hilarious, but let's see what else makes Tyler laugh.
These people that we're talking to have never had a random
Okay, dude, you're a fucking idiot, bro.
YouTuber in a blue jacket show up to them with a microphone and ask them their feelings or thoughts on anything. No one cares about these people's opinions, except when we come out of nowhere and give them an opportunity to speak and share thoughts, ideas, beliefs that they've been waiting their whole lives to share. Yeah?
Black people apparently love to shoot other black people.
Going to business out here?
Yeah, chicken and watermelon.
And where did the name come from? It's kind of funny.
Be like, going down the road, you fucking sand monkey. And that's what I say to him.
So I got an automatic assault rocks.
Yeah. Now, beyond the funny memes and funny edits, Tyler loves to bring up the hard-hitting journalism, the real questions that people are dying for. Now, I want to bring up another YouTube journalist that does a way better job than what Tyler does.
True.
His name is Tommy G. And Tommy G is interviewing some pimp.
Tommy G is just as stupid as Tyler, but actually has a heart. Like, if we're being honest, he's not much smarter, but he has a heart, and he like can empathize, and he's not just like a blatant racist.
Pimps and prostitutes on the street. Now, just to get an idea, pimping is human trafficking. If you don't believe so, go read Iceberg Slim's book, and you'll find out that it is the most horrible shit out there. And while Tommy G is talking to them,
I like, yeah, we've watched Tommy G's videos before too.
The balance.
I think he actually does a good job.
Of good and evil.
Straight good. Ain't no evil in me, you feel me? Everything I'm doing is out the kindness of my heart. I'm trying to make sure everybody that is part of me, I play my part and we smooth.
You're pimping out of the kindness of your heart?
For surely.
Does that sound like an absurd statement to make?
Absolutely not.
wow, so Tommy's actually pushing back on what people are saying. It's almost like Tommy G actually has a spine. Maybe he has some conviction in what he believes. But now I want to show you the hard-hitting questions that Tyler asks when he's talking to a pimp, a literal human trafficker.
Do you pull out?
Well, you know one thing about it, man. Hey, man, rubbers is not for suckers.
Do you pull out?
He asked.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the hard-hitting journalism.
Oh my God.
That's needed in the world.
What
Do
a
pimps
fucking
pull out? Literally, you're talking to a human trafficker, and the first thing you think of is,
do you pull out?
And to Tyler, it's really just a big joke. He plays the funny pimp music in the background, and oh, look at the pimp, he's got the funny glasses, and oh, do you pull out, bro? Like, Tyler isn't taking this shit seriously. Tommy G is. actually hitting them with hard questions, pushing back on what they say. Because Tommy actually cares about the content he puts out, really looking for that journalistic truth. But in Tyler's eyes, that question is, do you pull out? Like, what the f? Now, one of the worst things, I think, is when Tyler went to the USA-Mexico border and investigated the migrant crisis. Now, Tyler goes to the border, he talks.
I can't stop you from thinking it, chat.
The video is about how when people
don't Fed post, keep it nice and safe, but they can't stop you from thinking it.
In the United States, they go into these migrant detention camps where there's no food and water, and they stay there for about a week at a time because the Border Patrol system is so backed up. And he even talks to the locals who say that
we're just locals over here who have banded together to deal with this historic moment that's taking place in our town. The Border Patrol is detaining people in 3 separate outdoor detention sites in our area, not providing them with any food, water, shelter, or anything like that. So
wait, this guy's awesome.
Filling in that role.
Literally,
this guy's so based. He's out here.
They have had to give these people food and water because the government doesn't. People
providing
like out here in these camps, just waiting to get
providing aid to migrants, dude. That's sick.
Processed by Border Patrol.
Do you think people would be dying if not for the help you guys have provided?
Most certainly, yes.
Yeah?
Okay. Actually, 2 people have died.
But Tyler rolls upon one camp that was empty earlier and now is full. And when Border Patrol comes to process these people...
I'm gonna see if I can get processed. Let's probably get my ID though.
Are you part of this group?
Sí. Ahora.
Oh my god.
Gonna be processed.
And Tyler takes up the spot of one of the asylees and tries to get processed by Border Patrol, all as a big fucking joke. Like, what the fuck are you thinking, Tyler? Literally, you took up the spot of someone that was an actual person fleeing their lives as a fucking meme. What the actual fuck are you thinking? You know the Border Patrol system is backed up for years, and you're just adding on to that for no reason at all. And Tyler was so proud of this that he put it in all of his promo for this video, all over TikTok and Instagram. Oh, I pretended to be an asylee and then get processed. Like, this is the most elitist fucking rich kid shit I've ever seen. This is fucking disgusting. And the fact that no one...
listen. Say what you can say what you want. There's a lot to be said. Very, very legitimate criticism about Andrew Callahan's previous, sexual encounters and the women who've come forward and said that it was sexual assault and they were taken advantage of. Definitely deserves to be mentioned every time we talk about him. However, this is like such a huge dichotomy where Andrew embedded with a coyote and literally was documenting the coyotes as they were traveling back and crossed the river himself and was arrested. That's so different than just standing next to some people and being like, yep, I'm gonna come with you guys. Fuck you.
Someone's called you out on this.
So gross.
It fucking blows my mind. Now, the Border Patrol guards do catch on to Tyler. They clearly see he's like a YouTuber, and they kick him out of the bus.
And he's just smiling.
What the fuck are you thinking? Would a journalist really pretend to be an asylee fleeing their lives, trying to get processed by Border Patrol, all as a big joke? I don't fucking think so. Now, Tyler's thumbnails have always been a big critique point for him. People have always said they're sensationalist, they have guns and violence and flames, and it's just these crazy thumbnails that aren't actually from the video that he's filming.
A YouTube thumbnail is a compressed combination of symbols that allow a viewer to know what they're going to be watching as soon as humanly possible. Sometimes they do offend people, and I get it. I genuinely do get it. It's something we're kind of working on, but the videos are often redemptive stories of these people, and the coverage is as balanced as possible on both sides. That's something we strive for.
And I just had this thought. I feel like Tyler's thumbnails are what he wants the city that he visits to be like. I mean, let's take example for a Sweden video. Now, when Tyler goes there, it seems pretty peaceful. You know, everyone's talking to him on the streets, everything seems pretty fine, but if you look at the thumbnail, you would get a completely different image. We have this guy with the Gucci bag, and he's all Gucci'd out. We have Swedish flags on the ground burning up. We have people with masks on robbing people in the middle of the street. But Tyler doesn't actually see that at all in the video.
We know, duh, Rizza, everybody knows that, but we can't say that.
Let's go to his George Floyd video.
You can't say that.
Now, when Tyler goes there, he obviously sees the George Floyd shrine, he's talking to people on the streets, but what Tyler wanted that video to be was he wanted to see a bunch of cops praying down the George Floyd, but clearly he didn't see that. I mean, even in his video about the cat eating Haitians, now Tyler doesn't ever run into someone holding cats and they're running around and there's flames in the background. He never sees that at all in the video. But Tyler in the thumbnail, he presents there's smoke and there's flames and there's cats running around. Black guy's just holding cats, but he never sees it. And one thing I thought about in the thumbnails is like, most journalists I don't think would make a random image of stuff
like a fake image, yeah,
seen or never even proven to have been seen and present that in the thumbnail as almost as if it's truth. Now Tyler's thumbnails come a lot from that whole Mr. Beastified type game. And, you know, these type of thumbnails would be fine for like a prank video, like a Brent Riviera video. I had my sister date 100 guys, and then you have 100 ugly guys that are all lined up. But in the video, we never really see that. It's almost like a big caricature of what the video is. And for a video like that, where it's almost like a prank video, typical YouTuber, you're essentially faking the video, that isn't a big problem. But when you're trying to present videos as like actual investigative journalism, like this is what's happening, Tyler never actually sees this stuff going on. But he's always highlighting, he's always making the extreme end of it. And these thumbnails are just the idea of what Tyler wants these cities to be. And I think that really lines up with how he edits the videos, how he uses fake evidence and footage.
He just wants to, I mean, listen, he's a scared little bitch who, you know, is just lives in fear of everything and everyone around him, and he wants to recreate that fear inside of everybody else. And unfortunately, we're at a point in our nation's history where this fear is very, very ever present in the minds of a lot of fucking people. People are scared of cities, they're scared of their neighbors, they're scared of being being evicted. And they fucking, it's just like, they just lean into it over and over again. And everything they see online reinforces it. Everything they see on TV reinforces it. And of course, there's value for this for the capitalist class. Like if you're scared of your coworkers, if you're scared of losing your job, if you're scared of migrants taking your job, if you're scared of violence in your streets and shit, then you're less likely to build solidarity. You're less likely to build your own community's power. You don't talk to your neighbors, you don't talk to your, the people in your neighborhood, then you don't have the ability to fight back whenever the police start to attack one of your neighbors. This kind of shit is so useful for them.
Narrative. And yeah, I'm like crazy sick right now. I just thought that was interesting, so let's continue on. Now, to end this video off, I want to go over Tyler's worst video. Inside the Ohio town invaded by cat-eating Haitians. Now, when Tyler put this out, it got a ton of press. All over Twitter, all over YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. And this video got 47.6 million views across all platforms online. Now, while this video got a ton of good press from people online saying that this is proof they're eating the cats, it also got a ton of criticism online. And when Tyler responded to all of this criticism, Tyler said that video that he made, this video we're going to talk about right here, it wasn't about the Haitians eating the cats. No. It was about a demography shift.
It's interesting that in Springfield,
oh my God,
they're
dude,
eating the cats.
He just has demographic concerns. I'm not racist. I just have demographic concerns. We've heard this before, dude. You think you made this up. This is not a new line. This is not a new line.
Conversation point here, nor have I brought that up due to YouTube censorship. And also, I understand that at the end of the day, and even at the core of that video, that's not what it's about. It's about demography shift.
Well, let's see how many times Tyler asked the questions, do Haitians eat the cats?
Haitian immigrants flooded into town with rumors of them eating the neighbor's cats. Haitians are eating cats. Are these Haitians eating cats? Haitians are taking neighbor's cats and eating. The Haitians are eating the neighbor's cats. Rumors of neighbor's cats going missing, getting eaten. Haitians eating the neighbor's cats. Haitians taking cats. Are they eating cats? Haitians are kidnapping the neighbor's cats and eating them.
Again, no cat eating.
Cats are getting kidnapped? Is that
Yes.
true?
Yes, my mom
You're
actually
laughing.
my mom actually
What have you
seen a
seen?
post on Facebook. I believe it. Like I've heard rumors about them taking the geese and killing them.
I wouldn't be surprised though, because we used to have a lot of cats around here.
Es cierto
Okay.
que personas.
Dude, like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
this guy, this is the guy that you're taking your journalism from? Like, this is who you're treating as an expert? Are we fucking serious, man? Like, what are we doing?
Because we used to have a lot of cats around here.
¿Es cierto que personas comen los gatos o no? Bonjour.
You got a cat right beside him.
Stop! Noel, I've seen a video of a guy getting a Canadian goose, a Haitian dude.
We've lost a whole bunch of cats. There was a van pulled over that had over 100 cats in it with the Haitians. They said they was eating them.
Actually?
Yeah.
Not fake news.
Not fake news.
I understand that at the end of the day, and even at the core of that video, that's not what it's about. It's about demography shift.
So the video that isn't about eating the cats has the thumbnail, "Do you eat the cats?" Hundreds of cats all in the background, inside the Ohio town invaded by cat-eating Haitians. You literally ask everyone in the video, are the Haitians eating the cats? Yeah, I would say that's what the video's about, Tyler. Now, Tyler loves to try to slime his way away from any criticism he receives, but this video was about Haitians eating cats. And you might ask, well, is that a rumor based on anything true? Now, in the beginning of the video, Tyler shows his evidence of the Haitians eating the cats. And we see this body cam footage from a police officer and this lady eating the cat.
Of them eating the neighbor's cats and local geese.
What did you do? Why'd you kill the cat? Did you eat that cat? Did you eat it?
Now, you would think that, oh wow, the lady's black. Seems like, okay, she must be Haitian. Oh, okay, so the Haitians are eating the cats. But this clip is of an American citizen that was literally on a psychotic breakdown that ate a cat. But Tyler is passing this off as the Haitians are eating the cats, and this is the evidence. But then Tyler shows another clip. Now, the rumor then turned into, are the Haitians also eating the gooses? So Tyler then shows this picture of a black man that we see walking with two geese.
Well, I've seen a video of a guy getting a Canadian goose, a Haitian dude.
And we're thinking, wow, okay, so because the man's black, okay, he's Haitian, and then he has two geese. Okay, so it has to be Haitians eating the geese now, too.
This is the worst one.
Image was also
this was the worst one, too, because, yeah, it's debunked, and, like, the guy was, like, doing a service. This goose got hit by a truck and was in the middle of the road causing traffic. And he, like, went out to like, take it out of the road.
Debunked. This was an American citizen picking up roadkill on the side of the road, and someone snapped a picture and spread false misinformation like this.
So
now, this
despicable.
Whole video is based around Tyler just asking questions. Are the Haitians eating the cats? With no evidence to back it up. Now, this is a common tactic used by conspiracy theorists. So Tyler, let me ask you a question. I heard your mom was sucking some dong for $50 at the bar, and I had a good friend of mine tell me that they saw her in the car sucking some dong. Is that true, Tyler? Does your mom suck dong for $50? I can tell you an insane conspiracy theory based on no evidence, present it as a question, and it almost gives it some validity.
Aliens built the pyramids? Do you think it's possible George Bush did 9/11?
Wait for me right now.
Oh! Who are you afraid of?
Men.
Which men? Men in general, or specific types of men who come from different places?
The guy who took the photo even said he wished he didn't. The only reason he did was because of something you don't see every day. He hated how people use his picture to misinform. Yeah, I would feel guilty as fuck if a photo I took was used in that way too.
Let that man.
If he was black, would you guys date? Bonjour.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
You speak English, French?
How disrespectful is that?
You had a kid
For
who
real.
was 5 years old and they said, Daddy, I'm a guy, but I think I'm a girl. What would you say? How does it feel to facilitate more deaths via secondhand obesity?
You are trespassing. Leave my building now. Leave the building now.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to give me the answer, you tell me what answer I'm going to give you.
No, I'm just asking the question.
And Tyler knows that. But if you were to push me back on that, like, bro, my mom doesn't suck dong for $50. Oh, well, I'm just asking a question, man. Don't get mad at me. That's what Tyler's doing here. Because this whole thing of Tyler asking people if the Haitians eat the cats, let's think about another equivalent. This is like going up to Asian people, point blank, and saying, I heard on Twitter that Asian people are eating dogs. Is that true? Tyler doesn't have any social brain to maybe think, maybe that might not be an appropriate question to ask. Why did no one else make this video on YouTube? Maybe because it's a little bit racist.
Yeah, of course it's racist. And it's also like, you literally are talking to these Asian people and they're all laughing at you. Like, they're all like looking at you and laughing at you and saying, no, like, of course not. Are you really believe that shit? Like, how stupid are you? Like, they're all laughing at you in your face. It's embarrassing. You should have some dignity and like,
Now, Andrew Callahan,
gross.
Channel 5, he runs another channel that Tyler essentially ripped off from and made into his own thing. Does the same thing. He goes boots on the ground, does journalism. And Andrew even made it a point to say that he would not be coming to Springfield to ask people about the Haitians eating the cats.
By the time I wrapped up my report in Colorado, the front lines of the migrant hysteria crisis had already shifted fronts, from Aurora over to Springfield, Ohio, where Trump and J.D. Vance claimed that Haitians were eating cats.
They're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats.
A claim that was debunked by the mayor, the state, and basically everybody else. After the presidential debates, my inbox was flooded by emails saying that Channel 5 should go there. But guess what? I'm not going. I'm not going to follow every shitty thing that Trump says about migrants across the country and feed the algorithm they've created by lying.
But Tyler doesn't care because he knew he was going to get mad views on this. And he clearly did. 47.6 million views. Now, this video is a whole can of worms in terms of the whole just asking questions things. And what's really like annoying about all of this is that it could only take Tyler a minute to spread information, but it takes an hour.
Me too, Jacob.
Now, I'm not going to go through this entire video and all of the little details about it, but essentially this whole just asking questions things, this is in nearly all of Tyler's videos, and the Springfield video is the creme de la creme of it. And like, it's one thing to let people speak about what they think when you ask them a question to make themselves look dumb, but when Tyler doesn't push back on anything they say, it's almost like he's kind of not co-signing, but almost like, okay, there is some evidence to this, but there's absolutely none.
There was Haitians in a white van driving around the neighborhoods collecting cats.
For what?
Skinning them and eating them.
So a van was collecting cats and eating them.
I watched it happen.
Just lies, dude.
Pulled over with the cats and admit to the police that they was eating them.
You're not joshing with me.
No, I'm almost 50 years old, buddy. I don't.
You're not joshing with me, right? Did he reach out to the police and ask them if they have any reports of this? Because like this is verifiable,
no.
You know.
See,
like,
a real journalist would push back on what these people say. When people talk about, oh my God, I saw the police, the cats in the van and everything. Tyler could have gone down to the police station and gotten the police report if this guy was for real. But Tyler didn't, because he just wants to take this guy's rumor and just spread it on as it's actually fact. And Tyler
did he ever go through some sort of accountability process? Not publicly, no. Which I do think he deserves criticism for. Big time. I don't know, man. I think, like, honestly, here's my take on it. I think, like, all of these men, they need to fucking deal with this shit in public. Like, I'm sorry, especially if you have a fucking platform and you have the ability to like speak to young boys around the world, like you should be using that to like to like talk about consent. And listen, like part of that is accepting responsibility and saying like, listen, the ways that I was taught from media, from my like life, from everything in my life, the ways that I was taught to court women was not okay. And that's like the way that everybody is fucking taught, okay? It is. It sucks and it's wrong and it's not an excuse, but it's the truth. And you should have those conversations and you should explore it and like fucking like look into it and be like, yo, here's my audience. Here's why I'm never going to like, you know, disrespect women like that again. And here's why, you know, you should also not do that. Like, here's why you need to like understand and yeah, grow. It sucks. We do need mass consent education in this country, and it's like a hard cultural thing. I felt the same way about Aziz Ansari too, chat. Like Aziz Ansari's his situation, you know, say what you will about it, but like I felt like it was a great opportunity for somebody. He had a show. He had Master of None that was about modern dating. Like address it and not just like, oh, like I got canceled. Oh, boo-hoo, me. No, like actually address it. Like actually, you know, like grapple with this. It's hard, but it needs to be done. Like we need people. We need people to have these conversations. It's like it can be as simple as just being like, listen, I struggled dealing with women for most of my life, and I didn't have very healthy opinions about them. And I thought the way to like get into, you know, to like court a woman and to have sex with a woman was to, you know, drink a lot and drinking was a big part of my life and all this, whatever you want to say. But like also I think a part of it is also like consent is sexy. Enthusiastic consent is sexy. Asking your partner if they like what you're doing is sexy. It's not even like uncool. It's actually hot, dude. I promise you, sex is better if the person you're having sex with is enjoying it. If you're doing what they want you to do and you're, like they're able to consent, it's hot. It's fucking sexy. It doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be always like just scalding men. Like it's some men need scolding, I understand, but like I think there are positive ways to speak about consent forward sex and education and shit like this, There are positive ways to go about it.
Pushed on this, you could always go back to the whole, I'm just asking questions, bro. But Tyler doesn't care about fixing the problems that he so often shows the world, because the dollar at the end of the day is Tyler's goal, and his incentive is to highlight and throw gasoline and incentivize as many of these problems as possible, because
yeah, Brian, no, that is like legitimately what most men like believe, and it's so gross. Because like if you actually have sex with multiple people, like you will realize that literally no woman is the same. They all like something different. They're all turned on by something different. Like if you can't treat people like, I'm sorry to tell you, but the Reddit post you read about how to, go down on a girl is not going to work on every girl. Like I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and men are the same. Yeah. Like everybody's going to be different, and you have to, that's like kind of the fun part about it, is that you get to explore this with somebody else and figure out what they like and how what they like you to do. And like, it's cool and fun and sexy. It's not, it's not a competition, and it's certainly not supposed to be a secret. Like you're supposed to be in dialogue and like talking to each other. You're not meant to know everything going into it. It's okay to ask. It's okay to ask. It's okay to say, hey, does this feel good? Like, do you like this? That's okay.
As many clicks as possible. This video took about 4 months to make, and I only went through a few of his videos. Now, there are so many videos that are based in the same format online that I think a lot more debunking needs
if
to be
we've
done.
lost Poo Poo Sama over this,
just misinformation.
I'll never have sex again.
Made up shit needs to be taken down.
I'll become celibate just to keep Poo Poo Sama in the chat.
It is so harmful to our platform. If we're really trying to have actual truth-seeking journalism, really try to show that. Because everything I've showed you today is anything but that. And I would just ask you one last time, is all of this stuff in this video something a real journalist would do? Thank you for watching.
Blasphemous HD.
No. Oh, man. Chat, I want to keep going. I have so much more shit to react to, but this chair is like, I can't sit on it. It's fucking killing me. I think I'm going to do a late night stream tomorrow, and I'll try to get a comfier chair in here before that. But we got this, guys, you remember Super Eye Patch Wolf?
What you're looking at.
Super Eye Patch Wolf makes the incredible wrestling videos. He made one about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I definitely want to watch. Yeah, I'm in Missouri. And we also got bailing people out of jail. People have fucking popped off on that. A bunch of new YouTubers are bailing random strangers out of jail. So we gotta check that out. Okay, but I think for now, actually, chat, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna end it right now. Sorry, it was a short stream, but a good stream. Yeah, thank you guys so much for getting us to 7030. Thank you all for all the support. Oh yeah, let's watch that Santa one. Good call. Let's watch that. Wait, let's watch this first.
Dear Santa, I've been pretty good this year. I want an iPad Pro and VR headset for Christmas so I can watch my favorite streamers on Twitch. Luigi.
Luigi.
Envíen ayuda, por favor. Estoy atrapado en el sótano de Booby. Peanut.
Santa, I want 2 Roblox gift cards and bubblegum baby.
Merry Christmas, Ligma.
And a big booby goth girl.
Dear Santa, my name is Emily. I'm 7 years old. I do not want toys for Christmas. I want my mom to come to my recital. She's very sick, and I heard my dad say she might die. Please make Mommy not sick.
Dumbass baby. True. Ligma, didn't you have to change your name? You got that one? I'm glad you were able to keep it. I changed it back. Fuck yeah.
My name is Emily. I'm 7 years old. I want my mom to come to my recital. She's very sick. Can you make her better?
In the hunt to find the shooter who murdered the United Healthcare CEO. Less than 1 hour ago, police released these brand new images of the suspect.
Still no murder weapon nor motive. The FBI has now joined the manhunt.
Let it go. Let it go.
No. Is it different? It's a different camera. Everything's looking different.
All units, possible suspect of a 34W spotted driving eastbound on the Belt Parkway. Suspect is a white male in his late 70s with a large white beard.
You'll never catch him. He sees you when you're sleeping, dude. Merry Christmas, Tofu. Dude, that's awesome. That was made for Pay Money Wubby's like short film contest or something, right? That's awesome. That's sick. All right, chat. We're gonna end it here early. I'm gonna get a better chair for tomorrow, and I'll try to stream longer. We got a bunch of shit on here I want to watch. YouTubers bailing prisoners out of jail, new boy video. There's that documentary about Papuan like independence fighters. Buy a steel case Lamia refurbished. Wait, what? What is that? What is that? Huh? Hmm? Hmm? Cauldron of Bats, thank you so much.
Anarchist filmmaker in the chat, constantly fucking crying about.
I can build you a chair out of wood, guys. I'm not at my normal. I have a great chair. I have the best chair. I have an Ermin Miller Aeron or something at home. Yeah, I have an Ermin Miller at home. It's just I'm not at home. So. You know what I mean? Boopity. Beebity-doo. Oh, I'm gonna send you guys somewhere cozy. Alright. Everybody get your Merry Christmas raid spams ready. Alright. Everybody say put Merry Christmas Grandma. Merry Christmas Grandma as the raid. Ligmanut, thank you for the sub. I haven't seen it yet.
Gee, man, I just...
Nori, get us a spam message. Come on. Squiggles, thank you for the raid. We're going to keep it going. There it is. Thank you, Jacob Johns. All right, everybody copy and paste that and put it in the chat when we go over there. And follow, please. We're rating. I Just Love Puzzles, one of my very favorite streamers. It's going to be such a cozy spot for you to be tonight. You're going to love it over there. You're going to love it over there. She's so awesome. I love her so much. So please drop follows, drop subs, show some love and support, and hang. Just hang out. Just put it on and vibe, because she's such a great entertainer and such a unique person on this platform. Anyway, take care, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.